on live again. Here, let's stop for a second.
Oh, okay, bet.
But nah, I like I said, I wasn't just thrilled. Even watching it without that context, I wasn't just and I'll say this because I told this to her. The fighting choreography was dope. I'll never take that away from it.
Yeah, for sure.
The,
That's
the
one of his
animation is
best
dope.
qualities. That's one of his best
Like,
qualities.
that's not hard to do. That's not a huge achievement in 2024 as it would have been in 2012. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's damn near a prerequisite.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah.
that's not
Mm-hmm.
like that. It's supposed to be dope. It's 2024. You
There's too
better have
many.
some above average animation. You better
Right.
have good fighting scenes. Like what?
And
I'm
what
looking for that pin. What's your pin game like?
see, but what I feel like for what JJK did, um, they didn't do nothing new as of like having crisper fights, more polished animation. I think it's just I think it just hit at the right time. I think they just dropped at a really good
Huh?
time, and because of that, that's why it's getting the hype it's getting right now.
Yeah.
In all honesty, JJK,
No, I don't think that's why it's getting this hype, man. Because season one had sufficient hype. It was like
nah,
season one was good. No one overhyped it. It was a typical shonen vibe. People liked it. It was dope. What really sent them over the edge is season two because they started really killing niggas.
okay,
When you start killing
Cockroaches.
niggas, like that was my problem though. My problem was that we are killing niggas. Like everyone's always talking about, oh, Shoney, no one really dies, blah blah blah. So they finally gave us one that where people die, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't fucking like it. I don't like it one bit. Like keep niggas alive, bro. Fairy tale that shit or something. I don't know. Just One Piece it. I don't know. Don't kill. I think killing niggas is a bad idea because killing niggas for me, all it showed me for JJK was they dropped it around. They had the whole Halloween vibe going for it. They dropped that joint. You started killing off characters that I love, that I liked, that I wanted to see get further developed, and you took them away. Like, watch this. Kugasaki, the shorty. She seemed like a better Sakura the time that she's introduced. Where we got a Sakura
I
as a
agree with that.
genin.
hey,
She's like a Sakura as a genin. Just she's useful. She's not like we don't like her. We actually like Kugasaki as a woman, as a character. We actually like her. And then you kill her. I'm like, oh shit. Like, all right. The one thing I was giving your show some credit for, you just nerfed the fuck out of it for. So okay, cool. Then you got Nanami, who seemed like how you had Kakashi, but now you got Gojo, but then you had Yamato, who's the stand-in for Kakashi. You
yeah,
gave
yeah,
us Nanami. And I'm like, all right, cool. I like Nanami. He's the more serious version of Gojo where he's more uptight. And it's because he's not like all powerful as Gojo. Then you kill him too. And I'm like, all right, okay, cool. Let's see what you guys are doing. All right. Then you give us Fushiguro. He barely played a part in season two. And then when you look at it, he ain't about to be in season three. Shout out, no spoilers for anybody. No, nah, fuck it. It's a little kind of somewhat of a spoiler, but he not about to be a big player because his body about to get used and taken over. So to me, it's like your
Hey,
story, you're
yo.
watering it down with all this main. Like there was other people. Nanami had people that were like supposed to be under him. Those guys get beat up in season two, so we don't even get to see if these guys are strong or useful to the squad at all.
yeah.
Like it was just you just showed everybody being ass basically. Niggas died and shit, bro. I'm cool.
And I kind of agree with you. I'm upset about some of the deaths because it makes no sense. Like for instance, I get Nanami. You know, uh, he wasn't. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
I'm not gonna
he.
say it didn't make sense. I just didn't like it. I thought it was
Yeah,
distasteful to kill these characters we're now getting to know. You know, we
and
didn't even get to know them yet. You kill them. Like,
well,
goddamn, bro.
well,
Like, Game of Thrones now.
how the pacing of the show is, knowing that they died right before the Cullen Games, and the Cullen Games is basically like the final arc. Like there's not much story left to tell. You know what I mean? Like for instance, it's a spoiler for those that haven't watched it or read the manga. But what they did with the girl at the end, when they bring her back to basically
that's flame, but to me, it's like she could have been so much. She could have been used for so much other ways, yo.
No,
then
so,
again, I don't know the full story, so
my thing is, I hated that. For what you just said, you could have had that shawty in the story more. We could have learned about her more. She came back into the story, and there was all speculation. Oh, she could be saved. You know, they even got shawty, and the healer nigga came and did all that. They gave you a little. Just a little hope that she was gonna be all right. So it's like, okay, and she comes in at the end and does a move. You know, one move that helps us kill the final boss. And I'm just like, all right, that's cool. I forgot about this bitch. Matter of fact, I don't give a fuck about this bitch. She came back. I wasn't happy. I wasn't ecstatic. I was just like, oh.
I was happy for her. But
I was happy for her, but I was just like, huh?
But I don't read it, so I'm not. I can't. I'm like, my opinion is biased because I don't. It's disingenuous because I didn't read it, so it's like I don't know the full feeling going into the moment of it and whatnot. It's just, to me, it's like
No, my thing is they didn't even hint though. If you would have hinted a little bit at, oh yeah, Shawty coming back, or just, you know, like she's not actually dead, you know, kind of foreshadowed that.
No, they did. They I say this because I talk to people that read the manga. They did, but it's the same way. It's like for One Piece, you got to be into the data books. If you're not into the data books, you're not gonna know that even exists.
Cool. That's crazy.
Like I was just arguing with somebody who something about One Piece, and they was telling me, oh, this, that, and third. Luffy only wanted 10 men. I'm tripping. He not gonna have more than 10 people on the crew. I'm tripping. I said, listen, I could be tripping, but in Jinbei's Viva card, it says after he joins, there are 3 slotted there are 3 slots that can be filled. Then in Vivi's Viva card, right after Jinbei's Viva card, it literally says, hey, Vivi is she was once on the crew and has been given the honorary position of the 13th member of the crew. And then it puts in parentheses, keep in mind, spots at number 11 and number 12, it could possibly be the Sunny and the Going Merry.
Tight.
But it could also not be. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, so it could be, I could get Bonnie, Yamato, and Vivi if I'm really going for it. Like to theorize, to have a theory, to have fun with this, yeah, I'd rather run with the theory. But if I wanted to just be like, oh, it's Vivi's pretty much the 11th person or the 10th person and it's done, then it's what's it called? Going Merry and Thousand Sunny. Boom, bada boom, bada bang. I could do that and call it a day, but it's fun to go with the theory. But that's something he actually said. I'm not here trying to tell people Vivi's gonna be on the Straw Hats or she's the 13th member. That's not my headcanon. That's something he said. Like that's something that's said in the data books. Like her death, everyone else that was dead, like Nanamis, it would say dead, like Dio. Like
exactly, yeah. And that's what I'm
basically saying, like that, like it was they left it ambiguous to whether she was alive or not.
And I seen that, and that's why I said they gave you that token of faith. They gave you that token of faith.
It was an MIA rather than a DOA.
But that was one token of faith that they gave you. Like they could have foreshadowed it better. They could have wrote it better for her to actually make an impact at the end, because you killing off niggas. You know what I mean? You making us feel desperate, and then you pull this ass pull at the end to do a Wi-Fi hockey move. How I feel to kill this nigga. You know what I mean? So it's like that. Like I said, when it comes to writing with JJK, they very lackluster.
Everybody can't be older, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, you're right. Hey, not everybody can be Kishimoto. Even that, give me Kishimoto type of right.
Chill. Like, relax. Relax.
That's what I need, though. That's better than
Kishimoto's cool. He not older neither. But
I didn't say that. I ain't say that was twins. I ain't say it was twins.
They not one is big bro, one is little bro. They not
right.
Twins.
You feel what I'm saying? So, but at least be little bro. You can't even be little bro. You can't be Kishimoto. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna agree with you because I don't like Kishimoto at all. I think he handled the ending of Naruto shit.
Hey, you know what that was? You know what that was?
I feel like he threw the last volume on the floor.
Hey, that's all this was. as big as Naruto was, I don't care how he ended that story. That whole ended with Madara for me. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you're coping. Okay, I got you.
Saw you. Thank you. Like how we are now. I know why we had that dumbass ending. I know why we had aliens come down and start a whole another conflict. Nigga, that bag got thrown in front of this nigga face. He's like, I gotta pull something out my ass to make sure I stay. Still keep the money going.
Yeah, you can say yeah.
You know.
But this is why niggas is supposed to be on Oda type timing, bro. That's just what it is. Because if he would have foreshadowed space, if he would have just look like right, Oda's so crazy that if he put space into the series now, no one could be mad because it's something that's been involved in the series for a while.
So I agree with you. My thing is,
I think that's where we're going, but
no, that's I agree. We're gonna touch space. Somebody gonna touch space, and we're gonna see space one time in One Piece for sure. But when you watch Shippuden, watch not the manga, even though the manga is supposed to be all canon. When you watch,
the manga's fire.
The manga's fire.
That way better.
When you watch some of the filler episodes around the wartime, they kind of foreshadow in the filler, but it's stupid. But it's filler. I know. Yeah. I'm just bringing shit up because it still pertains. Because some of that shit is actually in the story and they can connect. But he should have written that better for sure. Like I said, I just think he saw that dollar sign and he saw how much money he could make off the son of Naruto. It was like, damn, bro, I gotta keep this hoe going. I got to keep this bitch going.
You know another author I think could have written a war arc better.
Who?
Black Clover. Let's talk about it.
Who?
Which war arc you talking about?
Now?
I think they did most of their war arcs. I'm gonna be honest with you. Black Clover handled most of their war shit pretty good to me.
So I didn't finish the war arc. I'm really only talking about one moment in it, and I feel like Kezi, you already know what I'm about to bring up. Because it's really
some of the thing with old dude with the chain.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh yeah, we've been over this already, man.
You know, but Matt doesn't know, so now I gotta bring it to his attention because he doesn't know. That's
toxicity.
All right, what we talking about?
That's a huge deal. I'm not gonna lie, Matt. I was once you. I was a huge fan of Black Clover. It was also in that new Gen Big 3 for me at once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the height of my fandom of Black Clover, I had it no less than an A-. I was like, okay. Most of this is Naruto, but I'm fine with it. Whatever. It is what it is at this point because I'm enjoying it. But I'm not gonna lie. When they got to the scene where Asta's on the way, he just finished training with the vice captain. He just got his full demon form. He's on the way. He about to wreck shit, right? And then the nigga that him and Yami was scrapping with, for some reason now starts scrapping old dude with the baseball bat, the fire nigga.
What's called Magna.
And they had Magna defeat him. I was off the show. I felt like that was a disrespect to my intelligence. I was not talking with that.
Nah, I still think you're wrong there because you're missing the whole point of the whole. You're missing the whole point of the character growth and development. And I
don't like that development. I don't like that growth. So look, to me,
Usopp about to get done the same way.
And I ain't gonna hold you. Come on, be real.
Nah, that's not true.
Because
it is true, bro.
But look at it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't pay attention to narrative, bro.
So look. And he's right. I'm so glad he brought up Usopp because that's a really good comparison.
It's the same thing. He's somebody he's aiming to be stronger. He's weak as hell, but he has a seniority position on the crew of the Black Bulls. The same as Usopp. He was on the crew before half them niggas was on the crew.
Facts.
Usopp, well, he has seniority. The only thing is Usopp is not as strong as the ones that he wants to be that are the strongest. And same thing.
Right.
Magna couldn't bang out with Asta, Luck, Yami. Those are the ones that he want to bang with. So it's to me, it's the same. It's literally the same thing. So if Magna gets to come up with, it's going to be the same parallel with Usopp. Usopp's gonna have to get a come up, and he's gonna like. No, that's why I said. Oda said no matter what, Usopp is going to remain the weakest. Right. You get what I'm trying to tell you. And if you look at Magna's ability, it's the same thing. He's still the weakest, but if he catches you with his Hack's ability with the Chainsaw Death Match, then he is no longer the weakest. He can be the strongest because now he's just relying on grit. But if it's outside of that ability, he is still the weakest amongst the black. He's one of the weakest amongst the Black Bulls. It's gonna be just like that for Usopp. And I'm like going off of One Piece tangent for a second. I think it's gonna be the same thing. Usopp's gonna get maybe if not a hammer, he'll get an updated new version of the Sogyo King mask. Maybe the brave, like how they calling everybody like the ear god and the whatever. Usopp is gonna become like the brave god or whatever, and he's gonna whenever he wears that mask, that's when he's gonna get to be. That's gonna be his hacks. That's when he's gonna bring out the whole he's gonna have the bravado that we want to see him with, stuff like that. But the whole point is that's how you write that character. You write them in a sense where they cannot accomplish their dream or their goal because they are too significantly weak compared to their peers. And then to show that they're stronger, you give them an opponent that the main character himself once had to deal with and struggle against. Yep. But when you do that, you must show that the main character is leagues above that foe that he is now being given to someone else. Look at Zoro and Lucci. Luffy fought Lucci, and then look what Lucci doing now with Zoro. It's always gonna be like that. It's gonna be the same thing. I already told people.
Can I tell you why those aren't the same?
They are though, but go ahead.
If you're talking about narrative wise, I'm not mad at the narrative.
Specifically narratively wise. They are. Remember, I'm not a power scaler, bro. I do the power scaling stuff for fun. I'm a theorist, so narrative is what I specifically look at. So I'm telling you, they are the same, Cokes. I'm not even gonna lie.
I've already agreed with you countless times on the narrative. Writing wise,
you just told me they not the same, so you contradicting yourself now. You just said they not the same.
Because you said Usopp and him are this. I'm about to tell you why they not the same. Or because you said this is how you write the character to like have that come up. I'm talking about the come up itself. The narrative, I 1,000% agree with. How you write it, I think he dropped the ball. Now, Usopp, whatever his hack is, whatever his power boost is gonna be completely tangent on bar with his character we've seen this whole time. It's not gonna be anything shocking or surprising.
It wasn't. See, look what you're saying. That's disingenuous because it wasn't that for Magna. Magna was literally brought up. If you ever seen Tokyo Avengers, you know what Tokyo Avengers. You know what a delinquent is. Magna is literally depicted from the episode he is introduced. He is depicted as a delinquent. The delinquent is someone who literally walks around. They do whatever they want as a badass, but they respect the rules of the old. They respect the rules of the old ways. So they pay respect to their elders. They won't disrespect. They won't be disrespectful to people that they have that have seniority over them and whatnot like that. They're gonna dye their hair. They're gonna have the piercings and all that. That's literally what he's depicted as, the delinquent. And when he fights Dante, it is dependent on his delinquentness because he fights him through sheer grit. That's what you see in Tokyo. If you've seen Tokyo Revengers, that's all these niggas do. They stand up and punch each other until one of us can't stand no more. It's grit. It's the same thing. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. His come up isn't out the ordinary. It's the same thing. It's within his character. It's crazy.
It is within his character. It's not the same as Usopp though. Usopp ain't no grit ass nigga. Usopp,
but Usopp.
Hold on. I got you.
But we not saying Usopp is grit. I'm saying I was explaining Magna. I didn't say that Usopp's character is grit. That's not what's the same here. I didn't say that was the same.
I know, but you're talking about more of the narrative, like the narrative. How these guys are, like you said, they're not the strongest in the crew, but they want to prove themselves. And that writer gave
that. That has nothing to do with the delinquentness and the grit. That has nothing to do with that. That's a whole different character. That's a whole different sense of comparing the parallels of the characters.
Okay,
those are two different things. They're unrelatable.
All right, so I'm saying those two are different because with Usopp, whatever his hack is going to be, whether it's the Soga mask or it's a hammer, it's things that have been. It's going to be something that's been foreshadowed. It's going to be something that is going to be a callback. With Magna, him using trap magic was never his thing. Magna is a fire magic user. That's his ability. It's fire magic. We got trap magic put on him out of the blue. He started training with a trap magic nigga out of nowhere. With Usopp, it's gonna be something. Whether it's something with a sniper goggle or whatever, it's gonna be something attached to his character. What I would have liked for Magna to do, as a fan of Black Clover, for him to get a come up, a boost. How about your fire ass go to the fire guild and train with the fire niggas? It's like 80 fire niggas in the show that all know fire.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong, bro. You not.
If he would have went and trained with
disingenuous as fuck to the character.
That would have been
you being disingenuous as fuck to the character. Why did Mary Leona? Why did Mary Leona not pick Magna, bro? Why did Mary Leona not pick Magna?
He was a weak bitch.
Because he was weak. Because he was weak. So off rip, he's not hanging with that squad. Because she's not even training her own squad. She went and brought niggas like Asta, Noel, all types of other niggas to come and show her squad why they fucking whack as fuck. She didn't even want to train her own niggas, bro. She literally told them to their face, y'all are not even worth training. She literally said that. So you're being disingenuous to the character. They're not gonna go train those. He should not go. Listen, he should not go train with niggas that ain't shit as well. That is not happening, bro. And the person that is the shit. No, bro, because he already surpassed them.
He can't walk up to niggas and say, I'm not gonna train with y'all because y'all ain't shit. Nigga, if you get your weak ass out.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Stop being linear. That's not what I'm saying, Cokes. I'm saying, what is the point of, if you're just as whack as me, why would I train with you?
Hey,
you can't call them equals. They're not linear.
Bro. Why are the people in the fight? Why are the people in the Crimson Lion Guild? The only people in the Crimson Lion Guild of note are Captain Fuegoleon, Captain Mary Leona, and the little brother.
Why can't he train with the little brother?
Their vice captain, not even a flame mage. He's an air.
Why wouldn't it be live for the little brother to teach him and get him up?
Because the little brother has his priorities right, because he don't got time for no one else. He's trying to get himself stronger. So he not about to waste time training with nobody. He don't even want to go train with Asta. Or, he wants to go train on his own and get his own shit right. So that's what what's his name was doing. He literally was like, yo, Vanessa, since you big sis and you ain't got nothing else to do, can you come monitor my training, make sure I'm on point? He was doing these things. The reason why I love that he went and got some of the trap magic, because those two mages of the Black Bulls had two things in common. They're both peasants, and they both had minuscule mana. So he doesn't have a lot of mana to work with. He tried doing the runes, and luck showed him, bro, this is not gonna be what catches you up. This is gonna be why I outpace you even more, because you can't keep up. Mm-hmm. So he had to show I have a different method of getting to the top without using the same method everyone else is using. And that's when he go ahead.
No, you're good. Cause I gotta agree, because when I really look back at it, they did a really good job at writing that.
Yeah,
they did a
one of my favorites. That's why I'm like, yo, I don't get why Coach is saying that.
I say, and like, because like he just said, they showed him that you can't put your head down and grind and get stronger. Like your build right now is just lacking things that's just gonna make you stronger. It's like some
I love that you brought that up.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I love that you brought that up, because I hate that in every anime or every show they keep showing niggas get stronger in comparison to people that they're supposed to outpace them by miles. Right. And all they keep telling you is hard work. And I get that, but that's not realistic. That's not realistic. He said, you know what? And his boy, he told him Zoro was the perfect dude to put with a Magna. And he said, listen, bro, I see what you're doing, but you keep doing that, you ain't never competing with these dudes. Right. I compete with these dudes. Did you see how they was treating me? Look, I got picked for the Royal Knights. You didn't, bro. Right. But they picked me because I'm more tactical. I'm more functional. So instead of trying to put all that grit to task all the time, use your brains. So if you use your brains this is what you got to do. What you do isn't important, but you're the one that has to shine the light on yourself to show why you're important. And that's what he did. He didn't do regular trap magic. If he would have did trap magic and was burning niggas, like incinerating them, I'd have been like, all right, you right. because they just gave him a whole nother person's thing.
And look, and
he didn't do that. He set them up, and it was a death match. Zora's not death matching nobody, so I'm cool with Magna getting that because that's something only he can do. It's a hacks now.
And then also on top of that, that oath is literally like mirrored to his personality.
Exactly.
Like it says, it literally puts
all off grid.
And don't get me wrong, I get where Coach is coming from the aspect of, okay, he learned something off screen, kinda, and he used that hoe right now. You know what I mean? Animes do that a lot, and we could fault them.
It's okay for him because he never actually got a power up. That's the thing.
That's a power up.
He never really got one.
I'm not 1,000% pissed at the hack. I was more so pissed at who he did the hack to. Like, let's say Usopp gets a power up hack. I don't give a fuck what the hack is. I don't want to see Usopp taking down Doflamingo. Okay, I don't care. I don't care what the hack is. He should not be taking down Doflamingo.
But let me say this though.
Okay.
Ain't no, like, the way they set that hack up, it made a lot of sense. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Even though he's the biggest nigga out here, what I got right here makes it even. So that's why him doing it to a high level nigga makes it better in my opinion.
Yeah, because that's what makes it a feat. Because now anybody that high person could defeat, it now shows you that Magna is that capable of a mage. So it's actually putting the Black Bulls on a really big
higher
pedestal.
level. It made Buddy stronger. Yeah, because he's a one-trick pony at that point, you know. But like I said, if he sets that up, he can bang with anybody, and
bro.
He can.
I don't know why.
That's my issue.
You know, it's crazy.
And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
He shouldn't be doing that.
I agree with you.
Logical thing, and I'm confused as hell as why that doesn't make sense.
No, look, hold on. I get him when he says that shouldn't be the like. Of course, if they had to do some writing and Magma has to fight the fucking end villain, he can't just sit here and we equal now. Like,
but why not? Because that's what his ability is now.
No, he can't do that, but he have to set it up. He have to set it up trap wise, and I don't think Plot's gonna allow it for him to just do that to anybody. Yeah, he'll catch that one off foe that like. Watch this. Magna now becomes the character in the Black Bulls that can take on someone when the big dogs aren't there.
Type.
That's all it is. It's like if you don't have if like watch this. If Zoro, Jinbei, and Sanji are not, and Luffy are not there, I do expect Frankie to step up. I would love to see someone like Usopp step up. Those would be my two. I don't even want Brook doing nothing for the crew that big. I'm gonna be honest.
Take down the likes of Kuma, of Crocodile.
Hey, side note. I don't see Usopp stepping up to nobody right now.
Because he hasn't lived out his character moment.
No, I know, but I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now. I feel like when he gets his moment, right? How do we show that the moment is this significant? He does have to get the 1v1 against someone that stronger than him. Yeah, it needs to be someone that's obviously stronger than him. Right. And he surprises. It has to be something that takes us by surprise, bro. Like that's just how it's gonna happen. That's just how it has to happen. If it didn't happen for Magna in that way, we wouldn't be thinking. We wouldn't take Magna that seriously. We wouldn't. We'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, he's still just a fodder. That's what we would be saying. Now we're like, it's watch this. It's either you're satisfied or you're out, or you think it's outlandish, and then Coach lands on the outlandish side. That's already that's okay. But I rather that than him still be fodder on the top Magic Guild. In the top Magic Squad. Sorry.
It's outlandish only because the last time I saw this character, it took Yami and the MC to like go at it with him, and they still didn't win.
But you're not realizing how much that character is power clipped. If Asta fought Dante again, it's a one shot, bro.
Cap.
Is it not?
No cap.
Thank you. So that's what I'm saying. It's a one shot. So why should it be that surprising that this character can now go extreme diff with someone who is a one shot now? I'm just saying that's what it means to be powerful.
We all just agreed Magna didn't get stronger. He just got a new hack.
Hey, hold on.
But that's why it's a hack.
Hold on.
He can make it. He can make it be that he can fight with anyone.
Hey, that's stronger.
Thank you. Word.
And look, let's say
that's the same thing with Law's Devil Fruit. He can cut anything. He bypasses is Law's swordsman. You would have to say yes, but if you were to compare real swordsman feats, I would say no, because everything he does is via the access of his devil fruit that allows him to just slice through anything. Zoro is legit out. We saw the Zoro training in Sky Pia. We seen Zoro training literally to master Haki with Enma. He's doing all these things that Law can just. Why cutting through fire is a feat. Law could just amputate it. Always could have. Ain't nothing crazy about that, but that's a real feat for a swordsman.
Type.
That's why you can't just write it off because it's a hacks. There's mad characters in the verse with hacks. If you write off every hacks, then mad characters is ass.
I got a question.
What?
We've all seen Dragon Ball Super. We seen Krillin go into the forest, dudes get through some mental shit. And now he's strong enough to go toe to toe with Goku, Super Saiyan God, Kamehameha Wave, right?
Hey, I don't think so.
If
Goku was clearly holding back for the sake of not embarrassing him in front of his wife. Don't even try to parallel and use that for this.
I haven't even said the caveat yet. I haven't said the caveat yet. If later we go into the Tournament of Power and we see Krillin one shot one of the Saiyans, it don't even gotta be the strongest, not the Broly girl from the other universe, but the other Saiyan, the other Kefla or whatever, and he one shot her with that. Are we cool with that? Because we just saw him go toe to toe with Goku Blue. Is that okay? Because he got both.
Plot would not allow it because, like I just said, Goku was holding back. Because plot was there, we got to see Goku was holding back for substantial reasoning.
Was he?
Plot will not. Yes, he clearly was. He clearly was. So you really think Krillin was boxing Goku competently?
Hey.
That's crazy, Coach. You coping like
we know.
Coach is coping, yo.
I ain't gonna hold you.
We would not fuck with
yo, when you cope, bro, it'd be an ugly sight, bro.
But look,
it'd be an ugly sight, bro. Like, wow, I can't believe you just pulled that argument out your ass, bro.
That's fact. We would not like that. I would not like if Usopp took down Doflamingo just because he got a new sniper eye or something like that.
That can happen though. That can happen though, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. That right there can completely happen. Usopp's gonna take that dub against somebody. Like, well, check this out, right?
Usopp will never be
Croco and Lucci and Smoker are former Luffy like rivals, victims, whatever you want to say, right? In one movie, they debunked all of that, and I told people, I say, yo, before people even seen Lucci versus Zoro, I said Lucci's either gonna fight Zoro or Sanji. It's probably I thought it was gonna be Sanji.
I thought it was gonna be Sanji too.
And that was straight off the Stampede. In Stampede, they had Rob Lucci and Crocodile get intercepted by Zoro and Sanji. It told me that these guys ain't fighting Luffy no more. Smoker fought Sanji in Stampede, and it made sense. The whole smoke and fire thing, just like with Ace and Smoker, Sanji's fire. So I'm like, oh, so that means, like I said, you have Sanji, you have Smoker getting to. You think Smoker's only gonna get to Lucci level, right, Cokes? In the movie, they already paralleled this nigga to fighting Sanji. So now I'm looking at it like wherever Sanji goes on the power scale, this guy is gonna go. Because just like, watch this, they had Zoro and Sanji, right? Zoro stopped Crocodile, Sanji stopped Lucci. They put that into the canon series by just switching it around. Zoro fought with Lucci. So at some point in the series, I think Crocodile may have a run-in with Sanji. That might be what exactly happens, and that puts back in the whole Mr. Zero and the Mr. Prince thing. But if that happens, that just proves exactly what I've been saying about Smoker. So if Sanji is leaving Lucci on the power scale down here, and I already got Sanji capable of fighting someone like a Lucci or a King, then where do I think Smoker's going to land if Smoker's rivaling Sanji? He's going to be above Lucci. That's just chain scaling. And I don't want to use movie feats to prove it, but right now the movies have been very canon in proving my theories. So I'm not gonna lie, shit's looking spooky. I'm gonna have to spin the block on you, Cokes.
Hey,
you said that sorry tape about Smoker not being able to keep up with the, You have him being an admiral, but then you have him at the lowest standards for being an admiral, which is crazy. They up me because that's listen, I'm okay with where you like I said, I slander characters for now because I know in the now power scale they sit in a certain place.
And
but
when
if you're following the narrative, there's no way you're telling me we're reading the same story and you think he's still going to be that weak. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't make sense even for Usopp. That's why I'm looking at Usopp. I'm like, yo, Usopp is going to get to that like that. That's crazy.
I pray he does. I pray Usopp does.
No, he's gonna have the showing at least. Like I'm talking about in the light of the context of that conversation we just had. The Magna. He's gonna get something, a showing of equal grace. Like that's really what it's gonna be, bro. I promise you. It just makes sense narratively.
Matt, I want you to respond to my Dragon Ball Z statement because you haven't responded yet.
So what Buddy said, the scaling is kind of crazy because at the end of the day, bro, it's not like because of Dragon Ball Z, there's times where niggas is held back. They're saying it. I'm not even fighting for real. Like Goku could literally go in Super Saiyan Blue and then just put one arm behind his back and maybe fight for real. That's a fight for Krillin to the death. You see what I'm saying?
I'm about to say he could have finished that whole thing. It was easy if you were watching the episode, right? The same episode as me. If we're watching the episode, the daughter literally looks at the mother and asks something about how strong dad is, and then asks the dad, like, "Are you stronger than Goku? Like, my dad won't lose. He's the strongest." And Goku's hearing this while they're fighting. And that's my best friend. I'm not about to embarrass him in front of him.
I'm not about to do that.
I'm just saying the plot takes precedence, bro.
And then
like,
also,
what are we training for then?
But also, we know. Goku got a good heart. You know what I mean? He cared for his friends. He know we about to go into a tournament. I need my boy's mental to get right. So if I'm about to beat his ass before
he got a mental hack. He left the forest with like a new, I don't even know what it was called, but he did something in his mind in the forest that made him somewhat stronger, right? We all remember that. So he got a mental brain hack, whatever.
Mental brain hack, but then you got to go test that out. And you test that against Goku.
So if you would have tested it out on one of the Saiyans from the other universe and one shot at them, would that have been cool?
No, because let me say this.
The energy he was Krillin right now is just not hitting.
No, Krillin would have had to fight somebody that's not Goku. He would have to fight another
that's what I'm saying.
that has like I don't feel for you. Like there's nothing for me that is making me want to hold.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. You can't count about the tournament. Fighting someone.
I'm saying from the jump. Like after he had that little mental whatever doing, he has to fight somebody that's not Goku because you're still at a handicap. If you really want to test your strength, go fight Vegeta.
Now, if Krillin would have took down Vegeta, would that have been cool?
That would have been cool. That would have been cool. That would have been that. But because guess what? Vegeta don't like losing. Vegeta actually would have probably went full power on a nigga from a jump and beat his ass completely.
If Krillin would have beat Vegeta episode, I would have never watched Dragon Ball Z again.
I know for sure. Everybody would have stopped watching that whole after that.
I would have never turned that shit on again. I don't care what hack you give Krillin. There's no reason he should
ever. You can't use Vegeta though. You gotta use a foe that Goku fought who's not a significant foe anymore. Like they're not someone.
But that was Asuka's biggest foe at the moment. That was
at the moment. At the moment when he comes back, he's not a main problem anymore, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He gets one shot.
Hey, hold on, buddy.
But you're not getting me. Wait, hold on. You're not getting me. Because that's why I don't want to use Vegeta, because he went from being antagonist to a deuteragonist. That's a bad person to use. Let's use someone like a
Cell?
I didn't get to say someone. Give me an antagonist from DBZ.
Frieza.
No, you can't use Frieza because he's still a main villain.
That nigga still, and he's right now stronger than Goku and Vegeta right now.
I said Boo. I said Cell.
Okay, you could use Cell. If he'd have came back and he would have destroyed a Cell, I would have been okay with it, depending on how he written it in. Because you want to know why? It would have showed me that he has plans for Krillin's character moving forward. That's what it would have told me. If he would have defeated Frieza, I'm with you. I'd have been pissed. Why is Krillin defeating the main villain?
I get it.
That makes no sense. Dante at the time when he lost, he was a main villain. When he comes back in, he's a soldier for the main villain. He's not the main villain anymore.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
At the time, he was the main villain.
Yeah, at the time, only at that time he was brought in.
He was one of the main villains. There was three.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But he was the strongest of the three.
Look, watch this, right? Even if you had, even with Cell, right? If you'd have done Cell was a main villain at that time. If you bring Cell back in at the same power level he's at, he's not the same threat that he was when he first was on the scene. It's been years. Niggas got stronger. He might even still be able to give an extreme diff and win, but he's not the same threat. He's not the same threat, and that's the same thing with Dante. He was not the same threat. That's why Asta said it might have been a threat for my peoples because they might have not got stronger. So he wanted to be the one to get there and deal with it. But when he got there, he's impressed. You want to know why? Now I'm not the only one getting stronger. My teammates are also putting in that work. Dante is not a main threat no more. He got dealt with by Magna, but if I could literally count more mages on my fingers more than 5 that could have dealt with Dante at the time. Mereoleona would have packed them the fuck up. Could have packed them the fuck up. Asta, we know, is packing them the fuck up.
These are some of the strongest characters in the show you're naming.
But that's the point. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not getting it still. I don't get why you're not getting it. That's the whole point.
Because we're naming the strongest characters in the show, and then we're throwing Magna's name in the batch.
Bro, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. So Cell had came back, right? And gotten an extreme diff. Who on that planet would have been able to beat Cell?
In the Tournament of Power saga?
Yeah. Who would have been able to beat Cell?
I think. Shit.
Not Tournament of Power. I'm talking about if he came back the same power level and he came back to Earth. Who would have beaten him on Earth? And it can't be Goku, and it can't be Goku or Gohan. And I would leave out Vegeta. I mean,
hey, so hold on. Before we even say that, I want to point out what Buddy said about the whole. He brought up the episode. The whole reason Krillin fought Goku anyway is because Krillin thought he was rusty. So that makes even more reason.
He was.
No, he was. But it's like again, if I'm trying to get my buddy's spirits, like I gotta coach you all that mental shit. Again, it's mental. You still got to see what happens in the physical. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like he's trying to psych himself up. And Goku knows that. Goku knows he's trying to psych himself up so he can be prepared for this tournament. So why not fight the strongest nigga to see where I'm at? And of course, Goku is going to feed Krillin's ego to to get him in the tournament. They need an extra body. They need bodies. So he gonna fight me, and I might go blue, and I might not even actually turn it all the way up. Because after that, Buddy feeling great about himself. Buddy's like, oh, yeah. Krillin's like, yeah, I could do it.
That's literally what the moment was. If we were watching the same show, there's no way you think otherwise.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like
there's no way.
That's
so I'm like, so when I'm looking at it, and maybe my power scaling is off. Maybe I don't know how they power scale. I could be wrong. To me, it don't matter if it's Goku Blue. It don't matter if it's Beerus. It don't matter if it's Broly full on out. When you get to a certain mode, you have just uncontrollable strength. Like even when you're holding back is still way stronger than this nigga's full strength. Like if Broly was holding back, Krillin's still not fucking with him. Like it's too much. It's too much power. Now, if y'all are saying that Goku can go Super Saiyan Blue and then he's able to still hold his strength back to base form if he chooses to, then okay, I'm just wrong. And I'm just looking at it. I'm just looking at the power scaling different. But when I see characters literally transform and then they're so strong when they take a step forward, the earth cracks below them, that makes me think, oh, they can't control their power because they're so motherfucking strong.
Okay.
In God form, you're too strong. Your base level in God form is way stronger than anything Krillin could dish out. So
but it's the symbolism of it, though.
That's it.
I get that.
It's the whole symbolism. Let me ask you a question. Do you think? Okay, I could be wrong, man. Do you think Luffy literally needed to go Gear 5 to deal with Rob Lucci?
He did that shit for fun.
Yeah, he was playing around.
He did that shit for fun.
I think he could have beat him in. He
could have beat him in Snake Man. He could have beat him in Snake Man.
But that's why Oda used it with the symbolism. He knew people were gonna say, "Oh, Luffy could beat him without Gear 5." So he had him go Gear 5 because this guy is an awakened, because it was an expose of a showcase of power. You can't have Snake Man going against an awakened Lucci, because there's also still the chance that the only version of Snake Man that I have beating an awakened Lucci is the version that's allowed to use Conqueror's coding. If he's not, Lucci keeps up with him comfortably.
Yeah, fact.
That's just what it is. So that we're not having that conversation, we put the moment of power just to show a moment of symbolism. Showing that symbolism with Goku and Krillin, I do think it does warrant, hey, Krillin is stronger. Krillin can probably do more than he was able to do before. It was rusty, but time has grown. He's supposed to get stronger anyways. My only issue with it is like, yo, bro, with Krillin, we know that that's his best friend. That's the only problem with it, because it's a plot movie. Literally best friend. You get what I'm saying to you? So it's more so of a moment where it's like, okay, I just want to show you this is like, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan Blue against you to show you that you're not as weak as you think you are. Yeah, exactly. I want you to get. It's like that's actually a very comparable moment to when Luffy says, "Yo, Momo, bite that nigga, bro. Like you and him are both dragons right now. Like if there's any time for you to bite him now. I know he's immensely stronger than you, but right now you're in a form of portrayal where y'all stand on the same pedestal. Bite that nigga, bro. Like facts. If you bite him, who are you not scared to bite?
Yeah, and it's
I just wanted to know if let's say Krillin never goes in the jungle, he never does the mental shit. He never does that. But Goku still says, "Hey, let's lock that rust off," and he still does the Super Saiyan Blue thing, the Ki blast off. Is Krillin still like able to keep up with him in that blast off thing?
I can't remember.
Probably not.
But why not? Goku's holding back.
I can't remember seeing you actually talking.
Well, so the whole mental thing
when Goku, the Krillin scene, the Goku and Krillin scene when he's in Super Saiyan Blue and they having a Kamehameha blast off. I'm saying before that, Krillin goes into the jungle. He gets awakened in his mind, some mental shit, and it somehow makes him strong. He like unleashes him somehow. If he never goes into the jungle and Goku and Krillin still do the blast off, does Krillin still like just keep up with him since Goku's holding back?
So let me actually rephrase my question.
Yeah, Krillin could keep up with him, but Goku's holding back. That's the only thing here. Goku's holding back, so it's not gonna. He's keeping up with what Goku's doing.
I mean, yeah,
the jungle should really
yeah,
stronger or any stronger.
Yeah,
type shit.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we can agree on that then. That's fair. Common ground.
Because at that point, like again, it's all fluff. It's all mind game to get that nigga to get into the squad because we need the body. We need the extra body.
You should have brought Boo.
No cap.
Should have woke his ass up.
Yo,
I ain't gonna lie. I had issues with that, bro. I felt like Master Roshi shouldn't have been there. I feel like we should have brought mini Trunks and mini Goten.
Oh no, they would have died.
That's me.
They would have died.
They're too young. They're too young. Too young.
Yeah, they would have died.
I keep hearing that. That's cool. There was a lot of fodder ass niggas in that tournament. I'm not even telling them.
They would have died though off a mindset. They would have died.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's like not because of like they're too young and not strong enough possibly, but just they're not. They don't have. They're still kids. They're still 11, 12 years.
If Future Trunks would have came back, I would have definitely said, "Yo, grab that nigga for sure."
Oh yeah, for sure.
But if Future Trunks is not coming back, you're talking about Kid Trunks, Kid Goten, they died. They would have died.
But nobody. Didn't nobody die in the thing? Wasn't killing illegal? Like,
no, I meant like they would have been out. They would have been out early. That's what I mean. Like it would have been pointless.
Oh,
naive. Say it again.
I said Master Roshi wasn't in there that long.
Yeah, but Master Roshi was able to pull off things due to experience that I know for a fact. Goten and Trunks would have been out.
No, for sure. So I'm not debating that at all.
Master Roshi took people out as well. I don't know how many people the boys are taking out. If they fuse, If they fuse, I give you that. But if they're separated,
I'm only talking about them fused. I'm talking about them fused.
And even fused, I still don't. Again, I'm more about mindset than anything. You can have all the power and all of that, but if you don't got the right knowledge to use that power the correct way, which is if you go through the series, that's the reason they fuck up a lot because they got power, but they just don't have the knowledge to use it the correct way. It's kind of like just giving a kid it's like the power they've gotten is too much for where they're at.
To be fair, completely what has been shown for them that would happen in tournament in context, they would have got disqualified because they would have broke the rules. They would have probably accidentally floored. Because that's what happened. Remember, they had when they were fighting as kids, their rule was not going Super Saiyan.
Yep.
And in the tournament they're fighting, one of them literally goes Super Saiyan and breaks the rules. So it's like, oh, okay. So just using that same context, and they're still immature, irresponsible kids, no growth and development. I wouldn't give them any growth and development. They would somebody would have got hit off a ledge, and Trunks would have started flying. Oh yeah, I forgot. Then boom, right into the stands.
It was crazy.
Would put his ass there.
Even the where they're at right now, Goten and Trunks in the manga. I don't think they can even still be.
Bro, they're still messing up the fusion on. Fusion like casually, like y'all should be
in the manga.
A1 perfection.
Well, no, in the manga I think in the manga they did it correctly, but it's just like they do shit. They're still kids at mind. That's the thing. So they're like this, like shit will happen, and
they didn't do it correctly in the manga though. They tried to do it. Now when it was. I forgot who it was that was training. I think it was Goku and Gohan when they went against each other in the one of the last chapters. They wanted to train as well. They fused and it would turn into the fat version of them.
Right.
And then I think they waited a while before it turned into the big battle royale where everybody, all the Saiyans being in, they had unfused by that point.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They still messing up on kids shit, and they supposed to be older than just kids now.
They're in high school. They're in high school.
Yeah, exactly. They teenagers, they still making kid mistakes.
Yes,
so,
bro.
Yeah,
they're at least in middle school. They're at grade school and like they're going to school.
I was thinking middle school when I seen them in that movie. But
yeah, so
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
I feel it.
But speaking of one thing that's on here, Attack on Titan.
I'm so far behind. I don't know what the fuck going on in that show right now.
Oh man,
it's over. It's done.
That's what I thought, but I keep seeing a new season or a new movie.
Wait.
They're just making money off of it now, bro. That's all it is.
So you talking about I think that's the last act right there.
This a movie.
Yeah, this is just a movie. This is they just redoing it and putting it back out. But they might. I think this might come out in theaters too.
Wait, so you saying the season's already over?
Yeah,
I thought it was over a while ago.
Yeah, the shit done.
I thought they released the last season and broke it up into like 3 pieces.
Nah,
like
bro.
the last arc. I thought they just. So wait,
I think they did that, but they already released it.
Yeah, this they're releasing right now. If I'm not mistaken, I've seen this already. They've already released it. Like it's done. They took care of this shit. Like it's like so they already.
But he's gone. Like they cut off his head already in the anime.
Yeah.
I think the show is over.
She offed his head. She already. Bro, this all done.
Oh, okay.
Done.
I wanted to go watch it. Then I'm tripping.
That's what I'm saying. I'm far behind. I was waiting on it to finish, but I just never.
No, I just remember like I just remember seeing somewhere it was like they were going to do, like I just said, a 3-part where the last act is going to be released in 3 parts, and I just thought the last part that got released was the second part.
This is supposed to be because people was dissatisfied with some shit or some other shit. I could be misinformed, but it's definitely done. I know what I watched. That shit done.
I hate when people. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you can complain about an ending, you can voice your opinion, but when you as an author go back and try to do something and mend that, it is, especially if you did a good job. Because I don't have a problem with how they ended.
I mean, they did the same thing for My Hero, bro.
I don't like My Hero's ending at all, bro.
No, not the ending. Apparently, when he first wrote Bakugo, he wrote him when he wrote him in that moment where he died.
Yeah,
he was dead, and then some little boy went and committed suicide because the author killed Bakugo. So he brought Bakugo back alive after that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, crazy. It's like that.
Damn, that's crazy as fuck. I didn't.
That's crazy as shit. So that's why. Okay, so I'm not gonna complain. I can't. I used to really shit on the author of My Hero for that.
I didn't shit on him for it because Bakugo was my favorite guy. So I love his ability. So I was cool seeing him alive again. But I personally think if you make a decision like that, you can't be mad at what happens because not everything you write is gonna be like. So if someone takes another one of your scenes and kills you, if someone takes another one of your scenes and kills himself, you're gonna change that too. That's how I look at it. Like basically, art is subjective. If someone takes it that way, and it's crazy. Knock on wood, because it could happen to my child. You know what I mean? Like, God straight me dead. Like, for God forbid. I think that it just comes down to parenting. Like, you got to navigate. That's watching, bro. Like, if your kid saw Bakugo and loved Bakugo so much that you feel like he had to off himself. Like, that is, I would say like that. And I don't want to be disingenuous in saying this. I just think we got us as parents. If we gonna let our kids watch certain things, we got to navigate their thought process too. We got to tell them, hey, this is what you're watching. You got to take everything with moderation. Just because Trinidad James makes a song and he goes Papa Molly, I'm sweating. Woo! That don't mean I need to go and Papa Molly so I can sweat. Future say 56 nights crazy. I did 56 drugs. Blah, blah, blah. That don't mean for 56 nights straight I go off of Adderall because I think I'm like that. Right. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have moderation when you consume things. And I'm not blaming the child once again. I think as parents we got to just do better at moderating what we let our kids consume. I say that.
I'm right there. I agree with you. And I also agree with y'all point of like saying that he shouldn't change what has happened because of what's happened on the outside world,
unless it really has moved you like that, like
but that kind of moved him. That like, what if that did move him? So that's why
I think that's not what I mean. Moving that way. When I say moved you, I mean like a real life influence that made you like put this in my story. Like when I say moved you like that, like Oda when he puts the Vegapunk stuff, but it's basically Oppenheimer. Like it's an influence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like me personally, I wouldn't have how I would have honored that kid. I would have made it. I would have just in my another My Hero series or whatever, or I would have just made like I don't know. I probably
would name the kid as a character. Yeah, exactly. I probably would name him a character, gave him a cool ass name, and
you know what I mean, like, all that. Like I would have wrote a whole side series for him and Bakugo, all that.
Yeah, type shit.
You know what I'm saying? I'd have did some shit like that. I don't think changing my story that I think is artistically fucking amazing. I don't think I should do that because I like that he came back. So I'm not mad at it. I didn't know that was what it was, but I did think that was kind of an ass pulley move to kill him in that manner, and then to have him brought back.
And then you
were gonna do that. You didn't have to kill him in the first place. You could have made it a deep moment without doing that.
You use that moment to fuel Deku to go a little ragey after that, to use some good old Shannon, my friends died, love magic shit. Like you use that moment again, and it's just like, and then you ass pull it the next chapter, the very next chapter.
Oh, he did the next chapter,
dog.
Damn.
He kills him. The next chapter, somebody coming to him and starts stitching his heart back together, and it's like, this guy's back in the fray.
Yeah, he went and changed it immediately. Normally, you're not supposed to be able to do stuff like that. But when
next chapter,
he changed him. He went in and changed it immediately. Shonen Jump allowed him to change it and everything.
And then proceeds to write him in as a significant figure in the end of the fight.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy because when I first heard about it, I was like, I don't know, because he still had Bakugo play a role. So I was like, maybe it was always the plan to not have Bakugo die. But people were telling me like, no, it's confirmed. Bakugo was supposed to die. So I was like, okay, shit. Because the way he did it, you would have never thought that. The way he did it, you would have never thought that that's what it was. But like I said, it did feel a little ass pulley. Like I felt like he was digging too deep for it. Like if you did all that for him to live, you did ass pull that a little hard. Like it was a little bit of like a damn. Like you didn't have to kill him off like that because you had his dead body flying around and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? So it kind of felt like, dang, we get it.
Like
he dead.
That panel when he was dead.
Yeah,
my god, that last panel, him dead. I was like, yo.
I liked it in the anime. It was one of the first few times in the anime where the anime almost looked like the manga. It was like, all right, it's kind of raunchy right here.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you, boy. My Hero, they miss so many times when it comes to anime to manga parallelities.
Yeah, they do.
How did y'all like the ending? I heard Deku starts working at like Burger King and shit, and he
I didn't read it. I'm gonna actually wait to watch it.
I kind of read it, skimmed through it. Really,
that's actually a fan made panel. I think the one that you talking.
Oh yeah, I'm trolling. I know.
Oh yeah.
But I did hear he loses his powers.
Yeah, I think he loses his powers, or he only gets Star and Straight power or something like that.
No, I read it, but I skimmed it because like after I saw that, I read that he's losing his powers. I said, what was the story for? You know, I get the idea of anybody could be a superhero. Anybody could be a superhero. That's the main thing you're selling me on. Don't give a fuck. That's my MC, my nigga. That's my like Deku is cold than a bitch.
I thought.
Like cold, he's the coldest superhero out that whole verse of all time.
No, the way I thought it was gonna be, I thought it was more setting up like a Naruto type of vibe where he's telling the story of how he became the number one hero, and then we might get the Shippuden version of the story as he is the number one hero.
That's what I thought too.
That's what I thought that's where I thought it was going, but it didn't go.
That would have been hard as fuck.
Because I knew it wasn't going that way. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did the moment that we learned that you couldn't pass on One for All again. I was like, oh yeah, so this is done with him. He's not getting an apprentice. This is Raps. So the most that he can do is go out with they could do one hot season or one super hot arc, unless they introduce a superpower that is as potent as a One for All.
Right.
So unless they do that, we know that this ends with Deku. So Deku has to be him. That's how I figured it. But I didn't know how they were gonna attack the actual ending.
Yeah, no, that knowing that Deku wins and then loses his powers at the end, and then I see a scene where he's talking to a kid who's like, "Can I be a hero?" He's like, "You could be a hero. Anybody could be a hero." It's like, nigga, you only became a hero because somebody gave you power.
Exactly. That's why I don't like that. I feel like you're just revitalizing the same message. When there's a will, basically what they're trying to say, if there's a will,
I get that, but that's not true to the universe you made. Because if Deku didn't get his powers from All Might, he would be right there crying, holding a toy, watching this nigga beat niggas' asses, and that's it.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
That's why I didn't like the end of that story. That's why even like don't get me wrong, when it first dropped, I was putting it up there. I was like, My Hero is one of my favorites. My Hero is probably gonna end as one of my favorites of all time. It had a really strong start. It's just that they just dropped the ball on some villains, man. That nigga with the beak, I ain't get fucked up.
Overhaul? I rock with him.
He alright villain. He's an alright villain.
Yeah.
He's an alright villain.
I mean, how many dope antagonists does My Hero really have though? It's like
two or three. They got the dude that one of the big ones. They had like 6 villains.
To me, I like their antagonist. Like Stain, I liked him.
No, Stain was my favorite.
I don't look at Stain as an antagonist. I look at him as like an anti-hero, like Deadpool or something.
I see that.
I felt that. I can't be mad at that.
Because at the end of
the Stain is dope.
Overhaul was still fire. Shigaraki's him to me.
Shigaraki is him to me.
What's it called? What's his name? AFO. He's a hard villain. He made a couple bad mistakes, but AFO was fired. Dobby was a fire backup plan to even have. Even 9 in the movies was fire. I ain't gonna hold you, and he's canon. But all their movies are canon. What's it called? Yeah, all their movies villains weren't bad neither. So that's what I'm saying. They don't actually do a bad job when it comes to villains. Like,
me personally, I just didn't like what you call it. I didn't like Overhaul. He's an alright villain, but every other villain I'm cool with. You know, like but what really made me stop watching the show was, or to start reading the manga was, I think we got to a point where we already said it. It's when Bakugo died. That's what made me be like, all right, I'm done with this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I lost a lot of my interest for it when he died, when he came back. The death was good. The death was really good. I was like, damn, Deku finna turn up. I can't wait to see what's finna happen. And then you bring him back by basically another character killing himself.
I didn't like what they did with Shoto. I didn't like how they treated him. Like, if you're gonna bring Bakugo back and make him useful, you should have made Shoto useful as well.
Shoto was
they ain't give Shoto no shine.
Shoto was like Sakura. No, he did, because he had to take out Dabi, and Dabi was a warranted threat in his own right. He was basically Dabi was the backup plan that could have burned everything down. Like, basically, he's the contingency. Like AFO, his plan was to rely on Shiggy. But if Shiggy goes wrong, we burn everything with Dabi. That's how his plan looked like. It felt like to me. Okay. Shoto was able to stop that. You get what I'm saying? Shigaraki was able to stop.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Yeah, Deku was able to stop Shigaraki, where Bakugo came in, and when he came back alive, he was the one that was able to stop. He stopped AFO. Yeah, and I was cool. I just felt like they could have let Bakugo and Shoto 1v1, 2v1 that guy. He could have did the same feats. Just it could have been what Shoto could have got a piece of that shonen. But I'm biased because Shoto was once upon a time my favorite character. So I like the big three period. Well, the Deku class 1A big three. Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
Didn't Bakugo turn into like the number one hero at the end of the series? Or I'm tripping?
I wouldn't be surprised. But I like I told you, I stopped reading. I stopped giving a fuck. I would read shit, but I'm not like, I'm just reading it for information wise. I'm not literally ingesting any of it.
Because this guy literally becomes, that's what I said, when we learn certain things, when Deku can't pass on one for all anymore, that's when I learned he's already where he needs to be. He's already, like, the story's coming from him being the strongest. You could say that if you even listen to the narration becomes more close to present tense context when it's at the end game of the series, which means he was telling the story that when he was Vigilante Deku and he became from Vigilante, they accepted him back at UA. From then on to where he defeated All For One, when he defeated Shigaraki himself, he was already the strongest hero.
No.
Without a doubt. So we didn't. That's why I was like, okay, we're not getting the Shippuden because he's already accomplished everything right here.
I feel that.
So by the time he actually defeats Shigaraki and he doesn't have his quirk anymore, technically, if Bakugo's alive, him or Shoto, they were ones that vie for that number one spot now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Just don't like that it does.
Okay. No, I feel that. I don't know. I feel like one of these days, I'm probably gonna go back and pick up where I left off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. One of these days, I'm probably gonna pick up where I left off in it and finish it just to give it its respect it deserves for the run it had. Because as much shit I talk about the show, it did have a strong run. And it did leave a huge imprint on the anime community.
My hero had to walk for Demon Slayer to run, so
for sure.
Not in my opinion.
All right.
Had to, bro.
You said what?
I say
it had to, bro.
It's tough because Demon Slayer had that animation. Like, because even if My Hero didn't come and Demon Slayer still had that animation, they still would have had a strong fan base.
I personally, this is a personal opinion for me. I personally think the guy that made the woman when she created Demon Slayer, she wanted a main character a lot like Deku already, because all Tanjiro was a Deku that wasn't. Like, he was just a less
no, let me say that, because I agree. He's both characters are emotional. Yeah. Both of them wear their heart on their sleeves for sure.
Tanjiro do it cool though.
Tanjiro only cries when it's like a moment of like death or something.
Yeah, like, but when Deku is feeling some anguish or frustration, he's like he's a nerd. He's a nerd. He's a nerd. So you see him come.
Oh, yeah, he is a nerd.
He's, you know what I mean? Nerd. Like he's that. I hope we got to pass it, but inconspicuously. But he's a nerd at the end of the day. So it's like when we compare him and Tanjiro, they're different characters. Like Tanjiro was definitely more like, for instance, when they did a whole episode, it was a scene where they had to go, like, the girl had to go into Deku's soul or whatever and like stab the crystal, right?
Pure.
Yeah, he was pure. The water was like, so that's why if that was a situation for Tanjiro, they wouldn't have went in there, especially at that time. Deku, it would have been My Hero plastered everywhere, just a whole bunch of, you know what I mean? Like he's a nerd, so it's like he's not the same type of person as Tanjiro. Tanjiro, I feel like with Demon Slayer, what made people, me specifically, what made me like, because I like that over My Hero. Even when they both was coming out, they both was having movement. I was more Demon Slayer than anything.
You're going to be in that aspect.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, guess what? I empathized with Deku more. I saw a lot of myself in Deku more than Tanjiro. So that's why I really fell in love with the Deku.
That makes sense.
You know, I felt like it's like, damn, it's like, you know, I'm Deku and I'm looking up to Kobe. You know what I mean? Because I want to be like Kobe. You know what I mean? And it's like,
yeah. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you have siblings?
Yeah.
That's why. That's why you're gonna. That's the only reason you need to gravitate to Tanjiro more, because Tanjiro didn't care about, in all of Tanjiro's goals, he didn't care about becoming no pillar. He didn't care about becoming the top swordsman. He didn't care about none of that. He only wanted to be strong enough to protect his sister and to gain what he needed to get to accomplish the goal of achieve. Tanjiro's parallel is Edward Elric from Full Metal.
Correct.
By the way, one of our viewers just joined the chat. I just wanted to pitch in whenever y'all are done. Go ahead.
I don't even know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me for real or what?
Oh,
yeah, we hear you now.
What's good, Trip?
All right, for sure. What's happening? Y'all go ahead. I just want to make sure I was heard.
Oh yeah, but I was basically saying that in time, and if we're gonna be complete, I definitely have Tanjiro like an older brother to Midoriya, but I would naturally say that if you have siblings, you're going to gravitate towards Edward Elric or Tanjiro more, because becoming the best or like the top alchemist was not Edward Elric's goal, or Tanjiro to be the best pillar. His goal was to do what I got to do for my sister. You know, like even in a sense, you could look at like Lelouch from Code Geass and say the same shit. Like the goal is his sister. Like he's a big brother figure. Midoriya, you gravitate with Midoriya. Like you said, you vibe with Midoriya more because you can see yourself being a nerd and geeking out about superhero fan shit. We do that already as grown men with manga and anime and all that. So you're always gonna feel that sense of, I can resonate with Deku. But if you got brothers and sisters, you know for a fact it's up for my sister right now. Like I'm not playing about that. So
and you're correct in that aspect. Like that is what made me kind of gravitate to Tanjiro more. But what really made me gravitate to Tanjiro more is seeing that even though he was, because both of them are the same, they both got grit. When your back's against the wall, these niggas come up with something and they get it done, you know. But there's times where Tanjiro emotionally handles that way better than Deku. And like that's where, and then there's more stuff about the story, you know, like even more so the
have you finished reading Demon Slayer?
Done.
You're done? All right.
Done with it.
All right, for sure. Proceed. I just want to make sure if I splurge something out, it ain't a spoiler.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. But with Tanjiro, like I said, he just handled things more emotionally.
You're correct. That's why I said he's the big brother rather than like the
correct.
Little
Yeah.
I mean, like Midoriya came before Tanjiro, but if I had to put them if I had to age gap him, I would want Tanjiro to be the older brother because he seems to be. Like I said, they both get the
he
job
actually
done.
is an older brother. You know what I mean? So it's like he has that calm demeanor. He has that because of what he had to do.
He was the oldest brother, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the oldest brother.
They both get the job done. Tanjiro he not gonna cry about it.
Yeah, and it's like,
you know what I'm saying? Deku's more likely to drop
Tanjiro might crash out though. If it's about if Akaza is there, he gonna crash out.
No, both of them crash dummies, right?
Yeah, they both crash dummies. One is just gonna cry when the actual moment happens. Like the whole thing with Rengoku, like I can see Deku crying while giving his speech in the fight, and then crying again at the end of the fight. Where Tanjiro is just saving all of his tears for that ending of the fight, literally, to let it be known, like yo. Like he shouted in passion, and he's like, "Yo, come back, you pussy.
Come back here and fight me, bro."
That moment only running because the sun is up.
I don't know why he did that. Because if bro turned around, he'd have died, bro.
Because he felt like that. He's like, yo,
if Akaza turned around, Tanjiro was a dead man, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
He just felt bad for his sensei. Like he's like, you really a bitch. If you didn't,
what you mean, nah, bro? Bro don't even got his sword at the moment. He don't even got his sword at the moment because bro done threw his sword at Akaza. You feel me?
I ain't gonna lie, that throw was fire though.
That throw was fire, but it was foolish. You want to know why? Because it didn't even damage Akaza. Bro done ran off with your blade. Like,
he did kind of embarrass that.
He did because he was scared.
Tanjiro helped embarrass that nigga. That nigga went in front of Muzan. He was like, "You came to tell me that the killer died."
Y'all niggas not gonna sit here. Y'all not gonna sit here and act like Akaza ain't turn around and tell that man like, "What are you talking about? I'm leaving."
No, he did, but he had to go.
Coming up, nigga.
He did, but when he went to talk to Muzan let him know, like, "Yo, you a little bitch yourself. Like, you had to let the sun off. You couldn't even. You had to run, nigga. Like, you couldn't even off this nigga and finish him yourself. Like, you really pussy for real."
Muzan told him you a bitch.
Muzan talk of that shit, but he get PTSD of that one fella every time.
He's emo. He's emo, bro.
That nigga
come on, man.
He's emo.
Come on, man.
Top one though. Chill.
Bro, bro. Hey, nah, listen, man. Bro gets a wigging. He gets to thinking about what's that nigga name? Yachiro or some shit like that.
I don't know.
I just call him top one. I ain't gonna hold it.
He said I call him top one.
Yeah, son died mid swing, bro. Like imagine. Not gonna lie, son had Muzan shook mid swing and then literally had the Kimimaru moment happen to him where he just was done. He was like, oh shit. Like Muzan was about to be cooked, bro. Oxtails. About
really,
to cook that nigga, bro.
I wanted to.
I read that chapter.
I did want to
like that. Oh shit!
I wanted to express some certain things I was hearing while y'all was talking initially. I wanted to hop in a combo so bad, but I was doing shit, just listening to y'all.
I want to say one thing real quick. So this means that you wasn't reading them comments, Cokes. That's what this means, bro.
I was trying to.
No, he was responding. He was responding to me directly. It just wasn't being.
It was
you know what I'm saying?
I responded
to that because Coach was up here talking that bullshit about Magna, bro. I had to get on his ass.
We didn't have comments at that time.
Again,
we only had comments when we put My Hero.
Oh, you're not finna duck that because I typing up the Magna comments, but it was in the it was on IG. It was on IG. I was typing up the Magna comments. Like the thing about Magna, again, like I have not an issue, but it bothers me when we accept certain things in certain mediums, and then like when the other things don't meet our expectations, we really like harp on it. You know what I mean? So in Magna's case, everything y'all touched on, he wasn't gonna reach Luck and Asta's level with the shit he was, doing and shit. So he had to find something that he alone would be able to excel at. at the end of the day, what you can't take away from the man is the nigga got hands. He got hands. He can actually fight like bare knuckle. He got hands, and he's a delinquent, like like Buddy brought up and shit. Like he's a delinquent, like Buddy brought up. So like when he subjects you to his field of fighting, not even in the magic affinity type shit, because he's not the best fire user. Like y'all was saying, he could have went train with Merleona's younger brother, Fuegoleon's younger brother, and all that shit. He didn't do that. He went, found some other methods and shit. So when he taps into his element of like mano y mano, you know what I'm saying? Only the person standing could leave this ring. Like, I don't think we can be mad at that outcome. So, and then again, even with it being Dante, I can't not mention this. Dante is a shell of himself at this point because he was actually defeated by Asta and Yami. He's a whole shell of himself at this point. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not even like it's not really the Dante that Asta in fought. It's a version of himself that's mentally warped, not even all the way there and shit, for real.
Is he weaker?
And then
is his power?
Is he weak? I typically, because I understand how when we talk of strength, it's a full encompassing thing. It's not just about what you could bench. And since his mental isn't all the way there, I'm not gonna say he is the same Dante. Like, you know what I'm saying? So in a sense, I will call him weaker. You know what I mean? But not weaker in the sense that he's finna not weaker in the sense that Asta and Yami finna come one shot the nigga, but like he's not that same competent Dante. He's not that same competent Dante. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So in that aspect, I feel like we just gotta kind of like let certain things, like you gotta let Magna have that at the end of the day. I feel like we just gotta let Magna have that. You know.
Can I respond?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Pete, before I go, how old is Magna?
I'm gonna look it up.
I don't remember. It's probably around the same age as Luck and Asta. Probably Yuno's age, because I know Yuno's older.
Okay, fair. So I have 2 points. My first point is
he's 18, just as old as Luck.
18. All right. Young, spry. So that's fucking crazy. All right, so he's 18. I don't know the amount of mana he has. I don't know what level it is. My boy Kezi says it's low. I believe it's low.
It's low.
He's not the strongest
guy.
Low. But he is 18, so he hasn't. Can we all agree he hasn't reached his full potential?
True.
Okay, cool. You're 18. We all agree that his fire is not that strong. Yeah, hold on. Let me get bro back in the mix. I think he just. Yeah. Get your ass back in here. All right, cool. He's 18. We all agree his fire is not that strong. We all agree he has potential to bring it up. Now, if I'm not tripping, I feel like he's the weakest fire user in the show. I could be wrong. Haven't watched it in a while. I think he is. Personally, you're a part of one of the strongest guilds.
He is. To be fair, if you're gonna account all the fire users you see, he's probably the weakest one as far as fire goes.
The weakest one. So, okay, it's a weak.
And hold on. To be fair, it's one of the strongest guilds, because they don't become one of the strongest guilds till Asta gets there.
You saying
Yeah, Asta puts them on the map for being one of the strongest.
For sure.
Yeah, in general, all of
the vice captain is not even known to be the vice captain. No one even knows about him.
I'm not saying, but I'm talking about. But we're talking about the strength of the guild.
Yeah, the strength of the guild. The vice captain wouldn't be considered because he's not even known to exist. Not even the other captains know of him.
The members of the guild didn't know he's the vice captain.
Okay, fair.
The members of the guild didn't know he was vice captain. The only person that probably known was probably Julius himself, maybe.
Julius and
but besides that, no one knows shit about what's going on.
But I'm sure that don't really
for drinking and lollygagging.
I'm sure that's not the truth of your point.
Being delinquent.
I'm sure that's not the
right.
I'm sure that's not the meat and potatoes of your point.
It's not.
I'm not trying to get caught up on the semantics. My whole thing is we all just agreed he's one of the weakest fire users in the entire show. We all just agreed he's 18 with dumb potential. This nigga left. That's cool. He gonna get it back to blood later. I'm cool with you learning trap magic as an extra attribute. At one point, we're going to war, nigga. Get your fire up. The fuck? Your main magic is fire, which you've been using for the 18 years you've been alive. Get stronger with it. I don't care if you get stronger with luck. I don't care if you get stronger with Asta. I don't care if you get stronger with Forgoleon. Get stronger. I would like it to be with your main magic, since that's what you're going to be using primarily throughout the show. Am I right on that?
That's true.
So your primary,
I mean, yes.
Even when he didn't they learn like the fucking, I forgot what it was. It was like the true magic, the true magic or whatever.
The super duper magic.
Right. He was using fire for that bitch.
That's actually a boost to his fire, but I was only bringing that up in the sense that you're not gonna put these stipulations on that got 2 grimoires right now.
But he got 2 abilities.
This is my thing.
That's a different person.
We all just agreed he's 18 years old. No matter what your mana is, your fire can still get strong. It's not like you capped out right now at your full potential. You can still get stronger with fire. Do it, nigga. That's your ability. That's the main thing you're here. That's what you're known not only in the show for, but on the team for. You're the fire guy.
Yeah.
That's 1. 2, I'm not mad entirely at Magna throwing hands with his ability. To me, it was never foreshadowed that he could throw hands. If they had given me like a small flash, it could have been a 2-minute flashback of him just like throwing hands as a kid in the street. I'd be like, okay, well, he had a few straps back in the day. Or if they, even during the training arc when he was with Zoro, if they were just working on his hands some more, because he was like, hey, this is gonna be the trap magic move. This is your trump card, but your hands gotta be elite, because if not, hey, you out, you done. Let's just focus on, let's work on something. Let's spar. The MC. Hold on.
Go ahead.
MC, his biggest claim to fame before anti-magic is just pure strength. It's just working out hardcore determination. If he would have went to Asta and was like, hey, let's scrap. Let's box a little bit. Just for a little bit. I would have been like, oh, okay. That's a little bit of foreshadowing. Just a little bit. We get none of that. He just pulls out and says, hey, I've always been able to scrap. I'm a delinquent, so I've always been able to throw hands.
You're bugging. I'm glad I got back.
Hold on, Captain. Hold on, Captain.
Let me finish this last point.
Go ahead.
To me, and I could be wrong, but to me, and I'll say this again with emphasis, I could be wrong, because as we know, this isn't the only magic show where they say this. I feel like they said it in Fairy Tail too. Usually when you're like a certain magic or ability is really like strong with their magical powers, their physical abilities take a decline. They neglect them. They don't work on like physicality as much, whether that be sparring or whatever. But to me, if I was to like take a 1v1 with Dante or Magna, I would think Dante would win it. We could say off of size. We could say off of experience. I'm sure Dante had much stronger experience fighting stronger villains in the past or foes in the past. To me, I would have thought that he would win that. I could be wrong. Like I said, Magic usually don't train as hard when it comes to the physicality of things. So if that's the case and I'm wrong, I'm fine with that. But to me, Magna just throwing hands like that wasn't foreshadowed properly. If they gave me a little bit of a flashback, anything, I would have been okay with it.
They did that.
So the only thing I'll say that was alluded to, because that's the only thing I want to touch on, is only thing I would say was alluded to as far as him being a brawler is his whole relationship with Luck. They're one and the same. No bullshit. And Luck is like that. Like Luck run up on Yami type shit, like fight me type shit. But then again, we know it's because he also has the magical output to actually be a threat in that aspect. Magna just don't got the output, but he got that spirit.
He's still a crash out.
Real.
I was about to say,
he got the spirit. He just didn't have the output like that. You can't take away that. That's who he is, though. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. So I'm only saying that to ask you, like, you don't take the relationship between him and Luck as the pure depiction that he's actually a brawler. He's just falling short on the magical aspect.
I've never looked at Luck as a brawler. I've looked at Luck as a power.
That nigga Luck fight.
Luck the cherry berserker is in his epithet. He's a berserker.
So when I say brawler, I'm just speaking specifically on just hands. Anytime I think of Luck, it's synonymous with lightning.
But that's what he's trying to tell you. He's Luck outdoes him in every aspect, and even boxing, even when he does the lightning, the Magna Thunderbolt, he's able to play with him casually. It's just the same way we look at Usopp. Oh, Usopp ain't shit, but his durability is to note because he got his face cracked. He all this other stuff is happening to him, but he's still able to stand up with these guys because he has a durability aspect, an endurance aspect to him. That's what this delinquent has. And you don't have to show a delinquent boxing all the time because that's literally in the epithet. That's the whole point of being a delinquent. There are people that fight all the time. Why is this person in the office getting suspended? Because he's being a delinquent. And that's literally how that goes. Like, all he's doing is fighting back and forth, back and forth.
Go ahead.
That was depicted from him in his in the very first arc. In the very first arc, after Asta becomes a Black Bull, he's depicted as a delinquent. They tell you his background, why he had the connection with the chief of the village the way he did. Just saying, he was walking around bullying people in the town.
We talking about things going on in the village. What people saying. I'm saying as a viewer, what you say he's known for doing it all the time. I'm saying I'd like to see it one time. If you know,
let me ask something. Hold on. He had one character arc for real though, bro. Let me say you have to watch the character arc. If you're not paying attention, it's like watch this. Everybody harping on Usopp, but they're missing everything leading up to Elbaf. It's cool to harp on Usopp, but you can't ignore every other attempt he's made for this title of being a brave warrior or everything that's happened coincidentally in his favor. You can't ignore that. You can't ignore that first arc you get from Asta because the whole point of Asta is that he puts the battery in every Black Bull's back to be a better Black Bull. And that's what he does. That's what he does with Magna. And Magna gets that from and you got to think about it. Magna's shown to have good durability, bro. Magna literally, he sends the fireball at Asta. Asta literally uses his sword, and we know that it gets stronger after Asta bounces it back at you, and he still gets up from it. So his own attack that's doubled didn't even off him. So he's getting that. That's what I'm saying. He has grit. Yeah, he's not buckling down to these magical attacks from Luck and from all these other guys that he's dealing with. Why would I think that he can't brawl and throw his fists, especially when not epithet, but his whole character portrayal is that of a delinquent. From the dyed hair to the piercings to what he done in his backstory, everything is that he's a delinquent. He was the delinquent of his town, of his village.
Let me add something else. When you look at Dante, I mean, and from what I remember. Yes, you can kind of bring up military experience, but again, niggas is not fighting out there with these when they're going out there to fight. So he's probably been strong using magic his whole time. Probably hasn't actually had a fist fight. You know what I mean? Probably has never had it gone to a fist fight type of degree. So and then now let's put into perspective of the guy who has to grind his way, right? Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, let's say both of these guys don't have hands. Okay. We put them now on the even playing field, but he's still at an advantage because he got heart and grit. Dante just evil. That's it. He already has better qualities when we strip them. If we both of them got no hands. He gonna figure it out probably better than he is.
I can't flip my camera, bro. What's going on
here? he probably like I said, he got more grit. He got just more dog in him. He got the dog in him. Dante never had a dog in him.
Yeah, I was just about to say Dante got like his original. The devil's magic was gravity, but his original magic was, I think, body magic or some shit like that,
Yeah,
like to alter his body. So again, like even
yeah.
if
He never had
even
differences.
if he was getting hit before, the way he could heal it and regenerate it to where it's not really a problem. You in a fight where that's not going to help you right now. You
Right,
gotta
you've
have
never
that
been in this
dog in you.
situation before.
Yeah,
You've
In this
never been in a
exactly.
situation,
situation where you can't use your magic.
you
Yeah, exactly.
you gotta
And
have
then
Exactly.
and
that.
then and then, and then on top of that,
You gotta have that dog in you in this situation. And like
right,
this
but
ain't no I'm gonna go get a dog to bring to this situation. Like
nah,
this nigga
I'm coming
Magna
to
was
you.
born with that
Yep.
shit. He
Yep.
been like
Yeah.
that.
And you
You
got
know
to
what I'm
remember
saying?
Every
And
the European
everything
death
or
match.
everything y'all
even
are saying,
Yeah, let me speak.
everything that y'all are saying, you have to also put in the package of, okay, so that fits every strong character in this show. So Magna should be able to do this to every strong character in this show
Okay,
because he
I
has
got
more
you.
grip
I
than
got you. I got you. He can't do it to some of these characters because they actually got hands. The
Yeah,
girl, what's the
like
what
for
the
sure.
captain, the fire bitch?
Yep, for sure.
I forget her name.
she could actually really box.
No,
Okay.
no,
Marileona.
she got the
Yep.
Marileona.
Sure.
Yami
Talking
is
about
really a swordsman.
Marileona.
Yami. You're not beating Yami.
Yami's really a swordsman. Yes.
I don't like Yami if it's down to just using what we use. Like if we have, I know there's people in their verse that are
You muted, bro.
expertise.
You muted. I don't hear nothing you saying, family.
You talking about me?
No,
JVTV. He's saying something and we
Oh,
don't
y'all,
hear nothing. I don't hear
y'all
Nah.
can
nothing
hear
he
me?
was saying.
no, that wasn't him. That wasn't him talking.
Oh.
Yeah, but now what I was saying is like I know there's people in their verse that are experts at
Mhm.
their field and weaponry or whatever field they decide to fight in.
Mhm.
So if you just break it down to just that, there's people that can still beat him. So you can't just sit here and put that a blanket statement
But
that
those aren't our enemies. Those are
But
our
I'm gonna be
allies.
honest with you. But
I mean,
even
but
still though, but
he-
even what? Wait, hold. But we even still though. Night even still. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Because what JV is saying, what Coach is saying, that's not really a bad thing. I think like even if we talk about people that you could pin him against people that you don't think are mad or like, I would definitely think if he was in a grit contest with Dorothy, he's definitely taking down the Coral Peacock captain. Like that's a
yeah,
fact.
no,
She's a
like
kid. Does he not battle her
l-
real the same thing? You could argue he might be able to take Nizel.
he
Real
no,
cap.
I
He
can I
doesn't look
can
like
I can
somebody
I
that's
can
just
argue
battle heavy.
he can fight the Wizard King. No cap.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't nothing wrong with that because that shows for him. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of him being a good, exceptional Magic Knight.
But
No
then
cap
again,
though.
look at the think of the individuals. Think of the individuals y'all just mentioned and said that he'll be able to take in that chain death match. But he's not finna take. He's not beating Jack.
He's
He's
not
not
beating
No,
beating
but I
those
think
kind of.
Jack could
He's
actually.
not
I
those.
think Jack could actually fight
He's
though.
not beating the kind of. He's not beating the kind of characters who got the kind of grit he got with the actual strength to back it up to where they didn't
Yeah.
need this to level the playing field. So that's like that's literally just like one of them situation like perfect scenario type things, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? And just to give more credence to his character, I don't think just for nothing, bro, when I forget what Buddy's name was, and I want to say it was Langris, the dude with the portals that was fighting his brother, and his brother was finna off him, and then them niggas pulled up the way they pulled up without a word. You know what I'm
that
saying?
was
Like
loud. That was stiff.
Magna's right there. He's like
Mhm.
that for real, for real. You know what I mean? So I feel like we can't finally get a moment where he stands on everything his character has built up to and be like, this is left field. You know what I'm saying? Like we probably just got to look deeper into the character from everything we've seen up
Yeah,
until now.
look deeper
And
into the
then
character.
also I think we as One Piece fans were spoiled because we got 1,000 chapters to look through to see all the
That's
build up.
true. That's
This
true.
is just a 200 something chapter story. You know what I'm saying? Black Bulls barely started getting focused for real up until the Dante arc,
Yeah.
the Spade Kingdom arc and shit. And even
Right.
then, it
Yeah.
was selective of the bulls that was getting highlighted it or focused on and shit. So when Magna got his focus, it was more so just one of those. I can't bench what y'all bench. I got to go get my weight up real quick. And
Yeah.
when he came back from getting his weight up, it was with the training with Zora with the fucking trap magic shit.
And
Would it have been nice if he like just powered up his fire even more? Fuck yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they had to show the. It's like the different paths that Goku and Vegeta take. It's like the different paths you have Goku and Vegeta taking to still reach that level of strength where they're still good enough rivals to one another, but they're taking different paths to reach said level of strength type shit. So it's something I could accept, and I don't see no real problem.
And let me add on to this. In that aspect, I think Zoro did get kind of introduced recently before that even got like revealed. That move got revealed.
Yeah.
We all know like it doesn't make sense story wise to get a huge magic boost like magic boost like that in just a training arc. They've already explained that like that's never been done before in the verse. And to
everybody else got magic boosts. Noel got a magic boost. Luck got a live magic boost.
They got
two different types of
those
magic.
are people.
But hold on. I got you.
Those are people that are blessed with mana, though.
They've already had it like from the jump. Like they already been like they already been proficient in it.
Noel is a noble.
She's a prodigy.
Noel is a whole noble. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's a few Black Bulls members that actually just they have the I guess of the bloodline or the beginning upbringings of blessed by mana type shit. But they're in the Black Bulls because they're rejected by all the other motherfucking guilds. Right. Nobody really wants them for real because there's a huge area that has them lacking for real. You know
right,
what
I'm
saying?
To keep it 1,000, bro. The person you're supposed to have a problem with, if you're gonna have a problem with somebody for real, is supposed to be the cotton, the cotton shorty, the little girl on the Black Bulls. She's part dwarf. We never got no background into that. We never got no real. Like I'm really mad you making that face because be real. What do you know about her for real? What do we know about old girl that turns into
she's about Charmy, right?
Yeah, what do we really know about
Charmy?
What do we really know about Charmy comparing to the hate that you're giving?
I know
the hate that you're
she's
giving.
in love with
Yeah, the hate that you're giving. The hate that you're giving. Magna. They've actually given him the background. If you actually look into this character, we're not saying nothing that they haven't shown. Charmy actually has shit that we know nothing the fuck about, even to this day. And you're completely.
Don't get me wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's people
like
you can hate on, but you gonna hate on Magna, bro. The one that got it out the mud for real. That's crazy.
He said they got it out the mud.
For real, that's crazy, bro.
Let me say this. Let me say this. We can go back to the Charmy thing in a second. We can. Two things. Where was the portal nigga and the poison nigga, the clown mime nigga during the training arc? What were they doing?
I actually can't remember.
Can't remember either.
But they didn't get any significant. They didn't get any significant.
If I'm not mistaken, Langris is like he's on Yami detail. Like I think he like is always with Yami. If I'm not mistaken.
You talking about Finral, his brother, yeah.
Finral, that's his name. Finral is his fucking name. I don't know why I called him Langris, bro. I don't know where I'm getting Langris.
Finral was training before the war, though, right?
They all were. They all were training, doing their own thing.
But they didn't get no showings though. That's the only issue.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. So this. I feel like this is one of the biggest issues I have with because all of you have really downplayed this. I don't think this. I think this needs more significance, right? Finral, he's not a strong character, not like that. He has a handy hack, if anything. The mime nigga, he's not like one of the strongest. We talking about this nigga Magma having the most grit, right? He just get it out the mud. He different mentality, right?
Why you do that like that?
I see where he's going.
You mocking, bro. Like you mocking, bro. What's going on?
Get a little go.
Pete, this is my.
You said we downplayed this shit. I gotta hear this.
This was my biggest issue with Magna. That whole arc, right? Before he pulls up, with this new move, this new hack. What was like the reason he left?
You talking about Magna?
Yeah.
The train. What do you mean? They all.
Why did he leave? What was his mentality when he left? What was he saying?
He wanted to get stronger.
He's not strong enough.
He was crying like a bitch. He was crying like a bitch. Luck was over here teasing him because he wasn't getting stronger. And he said, "Come on, bro, keep up with me. Get stronger. We're all getting stronger." Magma storms out like a bitch. Say, "Oh, I'm done with this. I've had enough of this. I'm out of here." Where's all the grit?
Because he just
comes back and floors.
Hold on, I got it. And
then came back and floored Dante, bro. What y'all want, bro?
No.
And then came back and floored Dante, and you can't. Hold on. You can't fault the man for acknowledging his shortcomings and feeling a way about his shortcomings.
No.
Like, what are you doing, man?
Luck was acknowledging his shortcomings as the friend that he. Luck and him always have that friendly banter. They push each other. Luck is pushing
your friend acknowledging your shortcomings and you acknowledging it are different.
No. That's
hold
on.
And besides that, it's not really banter because every time Luck has a moment of getting the acknowledgement over Magna, it's a serious moment. When Marileona came and picked Luck over Magna, Luck took a shot at Magna too, and Magna was also tight, and he was also feeling emotional in that moment. So why would I feel differently when it happens in context further along the story? It's continuing to push the narrative that's always been there. What are we doing? Come on, Coach. This is what I'm talking about. What are we doing? It's the narrative.
This is my thing. Grit and frustration and emotion they do not correlate. You can, we all believe that Luffy is a grit character, right? He has hella grit.
Sure. Definitely.
So when he lost Ace for it's crying for Ace and all of that, does that make him a bitch? Does that make him not a grit character? Because he's not strong enough to save his friend. He's not strong enough.
A rather deep parallel, but I still see where
give
he's going at.
I wouldn't use the Ace situation. I wouldn't use the Ace situation because
it's more training. It's more so the
bro. Hold on. If Jinbei wasn't there, Luffy gave up. Let's not get that misunderstood.
Luffy wasn't even in his right mind,
bro.
He was blacked out. Magma was coherent.
No,
but Magna also, but Magna's moment is fine though because it didn't take Magna knew his shortcoming on his own. It didn't take somebody dying for him to have to acknowledge this. So this is good for Magna.
Like he's
that's why I was like, this is a deeper parallel. But Magna, we didn't have to get Luck dying for Magna to realize I ain't shit and I need to get better. Like Magna.
That's why I was about to say you shouldn't have used Ace, but you could definitely use Sabaody with the crew getting split. I was
more so using the action of like, yeah, you understand, because I don't want him, like, not don't want him, but I just don't like how he's comparing like somebody being frustrated for not being strong, and that because of that he's not grit. He's not a grit character.
No, that's not why. That's not why. I'm not saying he's not grit because he got frustrated. I'm saying I didn't perceive.
You're saying where was the grit?
Where was the grit?
No, so I got you. So
not him being frustrated. The fact that you quit in that moment instead of saying, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna prove everybody.
No, he didn't quit. He didn't quit. You're misunderstanding though. You're misunderstanding.
He got frustrated.
You're misunderstanding. He didn't quit. He just decided another way. He's not gonna do something. Luck is already. He's not gonna continue to do something where Luck is already better than him.
He's always better than you. No, but we're talking about the magic aspect, right? Because they're probably training to be better at magic. Like,
yes,
right?
And Luck has better output on Mana, so he's gonna be able to produce more of the rune. It's just not. It makes common sense. So if I'm Magna, I'm also not doing this because this is just I can spend my time doing something else.
And I can
that's what it is.
Your magic is low. Why wouldn't you want to get that up?
This is not going to help it though. It's not meant to help that aspect of your magic. It's supposed to give your magic.
Not only that, I think we have to take into consideration they're in a time crunch.
Like hockey.
And they're also in a time crunch, bro. He don't got time to like go off for 2 months and get stronger.
And
These motherfuckers are pulling up in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Pulling up in 2 weeks. You don't got it. You don't got the luxury to go off for months to go train and get stronger. Which you will get stronger if you go take the time and with months in advance to train.
And look, and that's exactly why I had said
they're pulling up in 2 weeks, bro. They're pulling up in 2 weeks.
It wasn't 6 months. It was 2 weeks.
It was soon.
No, that's no. That was the first. That was the first original time.
So don't like take my time frame quote as verbatim. But what I'm getting at is it would have taken him an actual long training arc or session to get to the level of strength that we want him to get to. But these people are pulling up in a short amount of time. He don't got the time to go sit in a fucking volcano and get right with his flame mana. They don't got that kind of time type shit. So he gotta go seek out Zora for offhand method.
Wait, did he seek out Zoro or he stumbled upon him?
No, Zora actually reached out on somebody, like he wanted to help type shit actually.
I thought he found him in the woods one day on accident, and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing out here?" And Zoro was like, "I'm training, or I'm doing so and so." I don't remember.
I think Magna was the one training, and then Zora saw what Magna was doing, and Zora was the one that said, "Hey, Zora was the one that was like, hey, well, you know what? This might work."
Okay, so peep this. If Zoro never pulls up that day, then do we look at Magna as a quitter? Because he's definitely not getting stronger by himself. He definitely would have got somewhat stronger with them than he would have by himself. Can we agree on that?
No, because the way I see it in my head, he could have still been practicing that same shit, just not around Luck.
Yeah. What same shit?
The Rook shit. He could have still been practicing that same shit, just not around Luck.
Unless Zoro taught it to him.
But no, he still would have known it. He just wouldn't have known it in the way that Zora applied it for him. He would have known it in the way that he was learning it when he was around Luck. And as we seen, Luck would have outdone him in that way. He wouldn't have really progressed too much in that aspect.
You said
his method in fighting, it didn't come down to how much mana he had. It came down to how he used the changing of the Rook. It didn't come down to he was able to output more of the Rook or the rune or whatever the shits they were called.
Wait, so you're saying he still would have known how to do the chain shit without Zoro?
No, nothing I said had anything to do with that. No.
But what's Rook? What's I thought that was the name of the move.
I said rune. When I said Rook, I meant to say the rune. The rune he still knew how to do the rune, but in the way that Zora told him to apply it, that's something that's akin to Zora. Like Zora had him do that. He wouldn't have known how to do it like that unless he talked to Zora. That's something that came from Zora. He would have known it in the way that he was already learning it with Luck when they were in the cave with the people that were already teaching it from the Heart Kingdom. If he had kept doing that, Luck would have always been better than him and being able to outpace him because he would have never caught up because Luck had just more potential and more latent talent with that aspect of the room.
If Zoro never pulls up, how much stronger does he get? Because he's not getting that change.
He's not going to get that much stronger. That's where the plot comes in. So we're just glad.
So we would look at.
I've come to. No, I wouldn't have. I've come to understand in these scenarios.
What did you say just now? Wait. What did you say real quick? I'm gonna stop.
I said if Zoro didn't pull up and he never learned the chain move and he just practiced, he just trained by himself. Personally, I would have looked at Magna as a quitter in that moment because you quit the training. You quit the training program that we were just in to do whatever the fuck you're doing, and you wouldn't have got that much stronger doing it by yourself. Luckily, Zoro came and blessed you with his hack. That's how I look at it.
That's plot. You could apply that to mad different people in the anime. So but cool.
That's what I was about to get at, bro. Like I've come to understand, this shit is gonna play out the way the author wants it to, and the author clearly wanted Magna to develop something other than just his flames. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So he had him go the route that he went. Had he just been supposed to, but the other thing I feel as though also is because we already have a flame guru, if you will. We have Marileona and her siblings. one of her siblings is a sworn rival to Asta and shit. So you're not gonna raise two flame users to the same level in this type of a story.
No,
You're gonna
they would
keep
have never
one.
been the
You're
same
gonna
level.
you're gonna keep one at a higher tier. You know what I'm saying? And
It
you're
would have
gonna
always been
give
a
the other
staggering
one
difference.
exactly. So I feel like it's very fitting. Like he would have came back stronger with his flames. Probably, we would have probably got him and Luck
Yeah.
versus Dante. Because then again, at the same time, if he
Mm,
just comes back with himself, if he just
I
comes
like
back
that.
by himself and he's not using the chain, the death chain match or whatever, you don't seal off Dante's magic abilities. So now you actually have to deal with his gravity and his body manipulation magic.
I mean, that shouldn't
So
be too much of
therefore,
an issue. He's a
it
shell
would
of
have
himself.
to be a Luck and it would have to be a Luck in what you call it in Magna
In
team
Magna,
up. Because
I
even at
actually
the
like that.
because
I
even
prefer that.
even at the very least, Dante was defeated by a 2v1 in Yami and
Yeah,
Asta. So
yeah,
it would still take that same level of which is why I
yeah.
also say it's fitting that he got beat the way he got beat because Dante's a shell of himself at this point. Even Jack then came through it. No, actually Jack came through after that and got a slash off. But
Yeah.
like there's all these caveats that play out to where it's like it's fitting that it ends like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I'm not
at
mad
least
at
for
it.
me.
Like
I'm
I'll say this last little point. If we had got, you see how Trip was talking about the whole aspect of the fire mages already being like at an all-time high in Black Clover, like if we would have got that, if that the brother Fuegolion's little brother had met like the Black Bulls, and then he would have been like, he would have compared his magic to Magna's, and then they would have became rivals. Then it would have made sense for Magna's power up to be more so flame oriented around like, oh, he has like this crazy power up of being able to control fire and everything now. But because it was more so, he completely was overlooked. It's not even like he's not even in the conversation. So we're not expecting him to be some crazy super flame mage in the first place. And even when we get to see his flame ability, it's not like he's making flame tigers and flame animals and shit. Son is using a baseball bat and a baseball. So they already have it to where it's like they already have the portrayal of it being not as up on the up and end as you would have someone else like Mara Leona when she gets flame armor or she gets the flame shit. She's literally the embodiment of the flame. When Luck gets his flame, his lightning ability, he gets like the lightning shit that
It's
he
like
gets. He's on demon time. He look like a straight
fact,
demon.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? Son not getting no type of flame aura around his body that like, they didn't give any type of hints towards that.
Yeah,
So I think what they
I
did
don't agree
with the Soul
like
Chain death match, the Flame Soul Chain death match thing that they did, that was nice because what it does is it puts everything on equal stats. So like how everybody always does, equal stats, who wins? That's technically what they did there. As long as they're in that death match, everyone's a normal human, equal stats. We going off grit and bravado.
That's another thing about that technique though, because again, Magna is a lowborn. He's a peasant.
Mm-hmm.
And nigga Dante is royalty. You know what I'm saying? It's to strip you of everything you think makes you better than me. And mano y mano, you know what I'm saying, on this line, let's see who's the last man standing and shit. Like
You're a peasant. You've been fighting all life.
the technique itself
is Luck a
is
low boy?
so fitting.
Yeah.
It's so fitting.
No.
The
Luck's a
technique
noble.
itself is
Noble.
so fitting.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's I feel it's
I ain't
just one of
so
those
what
things that you go ahead.
the fight that you mapped out earlier, I would have loved.
Yeah, the
Say
2v1,
Magna,
I would have loved that.
huh?
Yeah.
No, I was agreeing with you. I would have loved
Yeah.
the 2v1.
Yeah.
Fact.
Luck and
Say
Magna versus
Magna,
Dante.
Yeah, that would have been fine.
yeah, look at facts. Say Magna comes back, right? I don't care who he trained with, but he comes back and his bat is like on fire now because he's never just been like known for like flame, like fireball, fire blast, nothing like that. But like he like hits baseballs that catch fire or whatever. If his bat is now on fire, now it's like okay, it's like a stable fire, like fire just all around the
No,
bat.
that's what
Like
it is. His bat is made of fire already. He already has. That's what I'm saying. He already has that. But it's not. They didn't make nothing extravagant. Like if he would have came back and had like a full like flame coat, like it's not. It's no. Even if they did it, it wouldn't look dope. It wouldn't look as to me. It wouldn't look as dope as like Noel with the Valkyrie armor.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
No,
or
Magna doesn't
Yuno
deserve that. For sure.
Yuno got the whole elf thing going on when he literally naturally looks like a more of an elf when he goes into that spirit dive state. You get what I'm saying?
No,
So
for
to
sure.
me, it's more like they give you things where it's like, all right, bet the betrayal is like top notch. Not Natsu. Asta literally looked like he on demon time.
Definitely.
The baseball player is not threatening to me. So they had to do something different because they already gave him. They didn't give him like a flame sword. They gave him a flaming bat. Like, all right, bro. Like I already knew they were lowballing him in the beginning. They had to give him something good. I was actually very interested to see what his power was going to be because to just switch it, if they would have did something with the flames and it was like they just switched it to where he's doing different shit, I would have felt exactly how you felt right now. But for the fact that they gave him the flame soul death match thing, it was like, yo, this makes actual sense. Like this is how you do it without making it a complete ass pull. Like, yo, because how would he come out of nowhere and just have flames hotter than Leopold? Like,
I
what the hell?
like
How did that happen? Because we saw him get volcano level shit.
Yeah.
Like he really was going hard on the training, and they emphasized how good it was.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked him to come back that strong. I would have liked Magna to just come back simply stronger than he was.
But honestly though, to defeat Dante, he would have to be kind of just as strong as some of the top 3 fire.
No, I agree with that, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want him coming back to strong enough to defeat Dante. Me.
Okay. Oh, you saying you want him and Luck.
No, because I agree with Coates in saying that if Coates in Trip, because it was Trip that really made the point. Mm-hmm. But if it's not him with this type of scenario, it would have had to been a 2v1 because it would have been set up for that where he did join up with Luck to fight Veto, which was cool. But it would have been better in this situation because it does parallel Asta and Yami, where Luck never really had to rely on Luck would have never really had to rely on Magna. So Luck in that fight saying something along that dialogue to be like, Luck, I'm like, Magna, I really need your help. You dumbass fireball or whatever the fuck he calls him. It would have been like, oh shit, he's acknowledging him as his brother now. Like, because that's what it was that Yami did to Asta. It wasn't like you my little nigga. Like this is your chance to sit here on equal footing with me.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I remember reading that because I had caught up reading Black Clover with when I had caught up right at the chapter when Yami hit him with the EI slash, right? And I'm just hype as hell because niggas was telling me Yami could never beat Dante. So then I'm reading the fight as Asta gets involved in shit. And when he told Asta that shit, boy, I say, man, I'm reading this shit damn near about to hop through the ceiling, nigga. I couldn't wait for the anime. And
I was posting those panels, bro, on my story. I was like, Yami.
Them was some heavy panels too. At that time, them was some heavy panels.
Yeah, because I had a crazy Yami agenda back then, and people was with it. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like, now there wasn't too many people against the Yami agenda, but then there was a couple people that was, you know what I mean. But when Yami came in them episodes and them panels, oh shit, it was a saucy.
You know what else would have been live?
What's up?
They could have gave bro a stiff ass introduction because we hadn't seen him in forever long.
Yeah,
they could have gave bro a stiff ass intro if he came in on like a new Ghost Rider bike, like just flames all over that bitch.
Oh, okay.
No, he's talking about Magna. Right. But I mean, in actuality,
like give me hype.
But check it though. I mean, I guess
I never thought of that.
You would have to I'd have to ask you how much you liked Magna to begin with, how you actually felt about him before then. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm like you. He was gone for a minute. I'm like, damn, where bro at? Because even Luck out here tripping right now. So like, where bro at? I know he finna pull up through some wild shit, and he pulls up with Azora. They pull up on Dante, and bro like throws a chain at this nigga, takes his jacket off. I say, hold on, wait, bro. What is you doing, bro? What's going? Nah, that was hype, bro. You can't do that, bro. That shit was crazy, bro.
All right.
the bike. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not mad at the bike idea because that would have been a nice little touch because he on some chain shit. So it would have been nice if he would have just pulled up on the bike type shit on straight flames and then would have been like, yeah, and then just put those. It would have chained at that nigga like, yo, I'm here, bro.
That would have got me hyped.
Whole chain deathmatch. Fuck it. Like, what are you talking about? That'd have been. I ain't gonna lie. That'd have been kind of cool. That'd have been cool.
I like I said, I don't. I was never a Magna hater before that chapter. I feel like when he left the group, that really just left a really bad taste in my mouth. I didn't like that. Just because like
I believe it was supposed to. It was supposed to. Well, ain't none of us like
I'm about to say that's that.
No, it wasn't. It's not even him leaving. It's how he left. It's the words he said as he's leaving. It's like, okay, if you got to go on and do your own thing, I get that. But literally, I didn't want to pull the panel up right now because I remember reading it. I was like, bro, what the fuck? You just gonna go? You gonna say that and you just gonna go? Oh hell no!
Bro was in his feelings, man. He was in his feelings, bro.
He was hurt, bro.
Yeah, to me, I'm not gonna lie to you. It showed an aspect on friendship that I don't see too much in like manga and shit. Because in real life, I got a right hand and a left hand man. Shout out to my nigga Sav, but he's that type of nigga. He's not trying to. If me and bro figure out a way, you know it's crazy because me and my right hand man, we both from Brooklyn. So when we find out things, we be on the same wave together. My other man, my left hand man, he from Bama. So when he want to figure something out, he'd rather go in the lab by himself and figure it out and then come back and be like, yeah, I figured that shit out his own way. That's literally how he likes to do things. And maybe that's how he was brought up. Or and I ain't got no bad notion towards it, but I fuck with it because he always come through, and that's how I would want it for. That's how I would want it for someone like a Magna. Because even in that moment when they did that flame lightning cannon shit, Luck would want him to be able to match him at that, and he was able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even though it failed, it still mattered that he was able to pull that shit off with that nigga. Because even Yami was like, yo, that was some real shit. Like, no matter, even though y'all went down, that was some real shit. And I think it's good note to take. I think it's good to take note of shit like that.
For sure. I think we reached a lot of common ground on this discussion.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you gonna stop? We've only reached common ground. If you're gonna quit the agenda of saying you're not gonna go on another stream with someone else and say the same shit, say the same agenda.
Bro, gonna talk his shit, man.
So, what do you want? What do you think I should stop rebutting or stop refuting? What agenda?
Your main argument, like your main argument. You're the one that brought it up, so you can't just be bringing it up. Like me, I don't bring up Brooke. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's when Brooke is brought up, and then people ask me, "So, hey, so I know you think Brooke is MVP, whole cake top one, don't you, Nika?" And I'm like, now that you asked, okay. Then I open up the can of worms. You feel me? But it's only when it's asked. You feel me? And then I tell people, look, I get this, but this to me is still a little unsettling, but I'm okay with it. I do think Brooke played some very crucial aspects to the situation.
Hey yo,
but at the end of the
day, I'm not going. My bad. Finish up, Nika. My fault.
No, I was just saying at the end of the day, I wait till it's brought to me necessarily. Like you see how you can't use like, yo, this is something I gotta say this. I gotta say you held the floor. You was like, yo, give me the mic. It's about time somebody brings this to the forefront.
I got mad opinion on
Magna, he's on fraud watch because he's just a bitch ass nigga. That's basically what you did to my nigga. That's why we had to.
That's what the manga panels was telling me.
See, I don't do that.
I'm not going.
Right, so I'm gonna say one more thing.
I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit.
And we can
I got the chapter pulled up. You might want to reread that chapter 291 because I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at how bro pulled up to the scene, dog.
Hey, that hoe was probably. I remember I was hyped.
Hey,
chapter where he leads bro training. What chapter is that?
I couldn't find that chapter, but I do believe they put a piece of that chapter in here when he left and shit. Or is it when he like ended up bumping into Zora and shit? But they put that, it's in here. It's like, you know what I'm saying, the whole him feeling like verbatim quoting, and I know I'm weak, but I can't just go back to everybody else and pretend that it doesn't bother me. Like, bro got it's fucking with him.
The dialogue is crazy. That's why I argue for him, because I know I remember reading him giving a
291, bro. Chapter 291. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Hey, bro came through. He threw a fireball at Dante, and Dante on some. What the fuck is that fireball gonna do to me? Nah, nigga, that was a chain getting lashed to your bitch ass, nigga. And as soon as he realizes a chain, he said, "What is this?" His magic gets to depleting. He said, "I'm no longer at 100%." He said, "What this is half. That's completely nuts. There's no way a peasant like me could squeeze out magic like this. That's why I came up with this spell. Big old flame punch, nigga." Hey,
bro, he hit him with when I read it, I was like, oh, he hit him with the Karapika. It's crazy. Like he really went crazy on him. Like, it's really different, bro. Like I had to argue for him in the way that I did because it's just is like that, bro. I'm not lie to you.
I just got one question, and then we can pivot to anything y'all want to pivot to. You can slander Brook as much as you want to after this as well. My question is I don't know what's going on in the manga right now, but from this point on,
sorry. Go ahead. Actually, go ahead.
Since Magna has this new trump card, does he never need to like increase his fire ability? He's cool off that? He doesn't have to, or what?
No.
All this was we just needed a move because hey, I need to catch up, and the only way I can't catch up because we already explained earlier that he needs more time to train to actually catch up with them magic wise. So he needs something that can be used in the field that's that I can't really take time like that to really focus on.
And he has something perfect now for that because Asta just got the biggest W ever, and now he's able to help out his entire crew, his entire squad. So he wouldn't actually full on need to actually get any stronger because now he's basically Asta can apply the anti-magic to the attributes of the Black Bulls magic. So basically, Sun is throwing like black fireballs and shit. So nobody's magic is really standing up to him if it doesn't need to be, if it's not at a certain level. Like it's litty. So he really doesn't actually need to do that if he doesn't want to. But knowing him, the story's about to wrap up. It's in the end game. But knowing him, he is going to continue to train, and like if we get a Black Clover shipper, then he would be like legit.
Facts.
He'd probably be the nigga to help train the next nigga because he knows what it means to be weak. You know what I'm saying?
So does this mean that if we take away that trump card, Magna has been the exact same strength from beginning to end of series?
No, because
he's always gotten
looking
stronger,
I'm looking at the chapter panels and shit.
It's very gradual.
Okay.
It doesn't imply when Zoro caught up to him, but he was about to go back before learning what Zoro taught him, because Zoro says if you go out there now, you won't be any help. Like he says that spell's not complete yet. If you go out there now, you won't be any help. You'll just die or get in the way, type shit.
And then
there was a real level of completion of what he brought to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then in the next chapter, literally in the next chapter, first panel is Magma begging Zoro to teach him. So I just feel like that again kind of plays into him actually having the grit because he still wants to train. He still wants to get stronger.
For sure. Like we're not gonna say Zoro don't got no grit just because he bowed down to Mihawk talking about some training me and shit. Right. And he's literally telling Zoro, teach me how to fight like you type shit. I don't know if that's just with like trap magic in general or a character from a character standpoint wise, because of the kind of person he is type shit.
It wasn't really like trap magic, but it did apply, like you could call it that. It apply methods to even out the scale thing.
It was just more trickery really because Zoro is more tactical and trickery, and like that's his expertise. So he's basically like trying to learn another skill. because he understands that he has a nice little kid, but the kid that he needs more trickery, he needs more tactical things to actually get it to be more effective. And going to the nigga and on his team that's the most tactical makes sense to learn from him,
And I don't even think I don't think the chain thing works on like a okay, it does work in a certain room and shit. I thought it just works as long as you connect it. And I think Zora's the one who set up the room. I don't even think Magna set that shit up. I think Zora set up the pentagram circle or whatever, and then just left them to it. I think I'm looking through the chapter right now, so I could be wrong.
I know he was fighting before that.
He was fighting Jack.
Yeah.
And that makes sense if Zora would do that, because that's a pregame setup thing, and he's good at stealth. So Ash Magic is a motherfucker.
It don't make sense.
Another thing I wanted to speak on was the Bakugo dying thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, I think I heard one of y'all say that man came back next chapter. That is not how that worked out. Thank you very much. We ain't see Bakugo for 2 volumes, my nigga. After that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we knew what you call it. We knew what you call it. We knew the dude that was gonna stitch him up was starting to stitch him up. Right. But we didn't know if it was going to work. We didn't know until 2 volumes later type shit. Now, me, however, I was one of the ones who was like, I hope it just bring him back to end this fight and he still dies. Like the dude stitching up the dude stitching up as hard as like I could only hold it to finish the battle. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or, whatever the case is. But, what happened and shit. So, but again, bro was gone for like 2 fucking volumes, and I think Bakugo felt it. Not Bakugo. I think Deku felt that he wasn't with them anymore. I could be wrong.
No, because he pulled up, and Deku got. That's why he pulled up and gave that nigga like a 3-piece combo. He seen him dead on the ground, and
he saw his body. He saw the body. And
Deku pulled up and gave that nigga the meanest 3-piece combo.
Yeah, look, and it was bad because he had raged out. He was like, what the fuck?
So I think I definitely think Bakugo should have died. He should have stayed dead. Or if they brought him back to like finish the fight in the way they did, the fight should have ended with him dead, especially after he beat all for one. Because I ain't gonna lie, bro walked that man down on some dingy shit, bro. Like bro walked that nigga down.
Did any other character die after that?
I don't remember specifically because I was in and out of I was skimming through the chapters. So I wouldn't say no main characters of ours at least, but like, Shigaraki was touching that ground. You feel me? He was touching that ground and people. So yeah. What was the other thing y'all have brought up that I wanted to speak on so bad? Oh, just with the Dragon Ball shit. The thing with Goku and Super Saiyan Blue, Goku and Blue can tone down his power level to that of his base while he's in Blue. That's the upsetting thing about that. Blue and God Ki. Because the Super Saiyan forms don't work like that. And I think Ultra Instinct is just a culmination of his complete strength added with evasive skills, which is why he doesn't have like a transformative hair, but he has transformative aura. You know what I mean? But so when you see him having a beam struggle with with Krillin, it's literally just to boost Krillin's, ego, I guess, stroke Krillin's ego, show him that he can hang at the very least. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not using Super Saiyan 2 Kamehameha on you, even though I'm in Blue. Like, this shit got a little something to it. Don't get it twisted. But it was, and then at the same time, like I know, like I had said, Krillin was getting rusty. 18 noticed he was being lazy. You know what I'm saying? She was getting on his ass and shit. And so, like, him and Goku went back to Roshi on some, like, train us again, Sensei. And that man sent them niggas to go pick up that pack. That shit was funny. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy as hell, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah. So after they came back from that, like Krillin was convinced that, like, okay, like I guess I'm not as weak as I thought, but you know, I still don't. I'm still unsure. But it
Yeah.
was, and I feel that moment was really just more about Goku and Krillin, not even
I agree.
about the power level at the time. How strong is Krillin? Is Super Saiyan Blue this week, or is it Ki control? I think it was just about, like, that's that nigga best friend, bro. Like Vegeta is like his brother, of course. Like, that's like his rival brother, long lost Saiyan brother and shit. But Krillin is this nigga's best friend, bro. Like
How much stronger?
these niggas used to steal nude magazines to go give to Roshi for training, bro. Like
Like,
that's his
how
dog, bro. You feel me?
how much stronger do you think Krillin got after that mental shit?
I think after that, if I was just gonna scale it specifically, he was easily beating Cell Juniors after that, because them Cell Juniors was whooping them niggas asses. He's easily beating Cell Juniors after that, easily. Like he's not even having a hard time for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? That's my take on it, at least.
Mid dip to low dip.
Because I mean, also, 17 was fighting Cell Juniors all over his little island, and
Yeah,
apparently that's how he got so fucking strong. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what they say.
what they said, that's what Toriyama told us. So
Um, I don't know. I thought okay, no, that maps out. Because after the mental shit, I feel like they said Krillin was as strong as Super Saiyan 1.
Nah,
I mean,
Yeah, I remember. I
I would
remember something
disagree.
about that. I remember something about that.
That's what I heard. That's what I was told.
I wouldn't cap him as Super Saiyan 1. I would go as far as, like, he's comfortably fighting Frieza from Namek. He's not beating him though. He's comfortably
Was not
fighting
beating.
him though.
Okay,
When I say that,
okay.
because
I had him
Frieza and Namek, if you want to be real about it, he wasn't supposed to lose to Super Saiyan. He got caught slipping
okay.
by Super Saiyan, and that's why
Okay.
he lost. If they was really gonna go banging it out punch for punch, Goku
Yeah.
would have won because it was a form he freshly tapped into. Whereas Frieza is using a mode he's never used and never really trained to use, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Goku had trained his body for that level up that whole time and shit. But even yet, and still, him and, like, I, I don't. There's this weird perception that people think Frieza just got bodied by Super Saiyan. Like, bro, you go play that fight back, bro. Like, that was not no cakewalk, bro. Like,
No, it
they
wasn't. No,
was
they struggled. It was
they
max
was
difficult.
borderline. It was borderline, yeah, max difficulty. Them boys was damn near evenly matched. Frieza was just making a lot of dumb decisions, a lot of very, naive, incompetent decisions as a fighter that finally has to, like, go all out type shit.
and,
But
and to add to the Super Saiyan point with the Krillin thing, it would make
Hmm.
sense because just scale it, not trying to movie scale, but if you did scale it to a movie, Bio Broly, you had Kid Trunks and Goten going into Super Saiyan, and Trunk and Kid Krillin was there with them, and he was matching those forms. So
Yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah, yeah.
definitely
can't
think
steal from the
but
movie.
I also think, like, y'all will hear me speak on this a lot the more we, like, talk about power scaling shit. I think experience points is what puts him at a Cell Junior level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or, like, even a little bit higher, right underneath Perfect Cell. You know what I'm saying? Because his experience wise, he's not finna blow away the solar system or even, like, the planet, I would say. But, like, an attack that could blow up the planet, he most likely would know how to deal with, type shit. Type shit.
I'm not mad at that. For
Yeah,
sure. For sure. Um, Sadly, we don't have any One Piece content coming out this week. Um, Super sad about that.
While y'all are on topic, I don't know if did Nika, was it with you in there earlier? I was telling you about how I don't think we're actually in the giant section of Elbath. Was that you I was telling earlier?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
I didn't even read the last chapter.
I'll touch on. I'm not even gonna say nothing then if you ain't read the last chapter.
Well, yeah, I was actually finna get up out of here. Y'all can finish that talk.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Me too, guys. I gotta get ready. I gotta get some rest.
Yeah,
that's cool. We're gonna hop back on this bitch on Sunday, and we can have that talk Sunday because, like I said, it's no One Piece chapter coming out this week, so we can dive.
So it's about that time for sure. Hey, Jay, just DM me on Instagram next time you're doing this type shit because I'll get those notifications so I can hop in or whatnot.
I got you. For sure. Oh, subscribe to the Twitch too because we're gonna be running that shit up on there a lot.
I did. I don't know why I wasn't showing you live though, but I did though.
Yeah.
We're gonna get shit situated soon.
I got you. I think I got an idea. If we all get on Discord, and then you could share your screen through Discord.
Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Bet. All right, yeah, it's good then. All right, gang. Appreciate y'all.
All right, boys. Yes, sir.
Give me a lot to think about with this Magna situation. Next time we speak, I'm gonna have that panel for y'all. Y'all boys be safe.
So you ain't let it go. Damn.
Nah, he did.
So boom, I will say this with the common ground reached today. I'm inching closer towards you guys' side. I will say that you guys have made some great points that I agree with to some degree. And I'm not as much on the hate train as I was before. I got one foot off. I'll say that.
All right.
For sure. Fair enough. Yeah, man. Hey, reread the chapter, man. 291, man. That boy Magna pulled up right there. That shit was crazy.
For sure, he did. Won't take that away from him.